right, hit us with the intro here. Hello and welcome back to the Hood Report, Season 2, Episode 2. Sitting with us today, as usual, we got Leif from Church. Leif, how you doing?
Doing well.
Good morning. Hope you're feeling good. I know you've been under the weather a little bit lately.
Yeah, feeling all right.
We also got Connor Carroll joining us again today. Good morning, Connor.
Morning. Stoked to be here.
Pumped to ride.
Oh, yeah.
And our guest of honor is Andy Parry. Andy, good morning. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We're hyped to have you in, and we're hyped to crack the seal on a skier in the Hood community.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, first one.
First one, yeah, our inaugural ski episode.
Damn. All right. Thank
Pressure's
you very
on.
much.
Yeah, no pressure. But
Oh, damn it.
it seemed like a great place to start. You know, I read online and doing a little bit of research for today's episode, you're everyone's favorite skier's favorite skier.
I don't think
No
so.
pressure.
But
The MF Doom of the skis.
I do like MF Doom.
There we go. So off to a great start. But we like to start off with a Borden check-in just to go around the table and talk about what everyone's been doing lately as far as riding goes. So it's December 10th today, I want to say, something like that. And we have had 0 snow lately. So not a lot of Borden's been going down, but what have you guys been doing just to stay entertained? Connor, you want to start us off?
Boarding without snow. Been skateboarding. That's about it.
Yeah, it seems like you live at Sandy Skate Park right now.
Yeah, that. And then whenever it rains, try to get Wendell's whenever we can.
Okay.
You know?
Do you ever go any days without skating, or you?
Yeah, I took the last couple days off. I have a heel bruise, so I've just been letting it heal.
How'd you get the heel bruise?
Skateboarding.
Okay. Like falling from the top rope on the transition, or what?
Yeah, jumping down ramps, you know, running down stuff. I was trying to do like I don't even know what you call it, like frontside air, but you like hit the wall and bounce off the wall back into the bowl kind of thing.
Oh,
And
okay.
I bounced too far to flat and hurt my heel.
Hell yeah. I didn't know if you were getting fired up off the Jocelyn video and going and trying to check your car.
We're gonna
case
jump down
some
some stairs later.
Yeah, there
for
you
sure.
go. Hell yeah. We before we started recording, we watched Chris Jocelyn's
He just
new
put out
part
a
just
part,
came
yeah.
out. So he tray flipped El Toro, which
It's
was
pretty
yeah,
iconic.
it's
See, even I know that. I don't really skateboard much, but I know that. I'm like, oh, wait, what?
yeah. Monumental day for skateboarding history. But Leif, how's the boarding been for you?
Same as Connor, just skateboarding, and went up once in October, snowboarding, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, I know you've been sneaking in some indoor sessions here, heading down to Portland and getting it where you can.
Yep, I went to that skate church in Stronger, and
yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Some indoor sessions.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Andy? I think you're the only one at this table that's actually strapped in or clicked in and gotten on snow this year.
I mean, for more than one day, yes. Maybe like, oh man, it was like early November. We went up and filmed a line traveling circus up at Hood. We were blessed with it was like almost like 2.5 or 3 feet of snow or something. And then it all melted. So, you know, it's just bare up there right now, I think. I mean, actually, you'd know best. Is there any snow up there?
It's just raining completely. Like at least down below the lodge and stuff, just all wet.
Yeah, you guys
Perfect.
got it during like the only time you could actually get up there and get it, which is respect.
We got lucky. Let's put it that way. We got very lucky. And you didn't go up at all, did you?
No. I'm embarrassed to say I haven't strapped into my snowboard since summertime, and I was so in skate mode I like hardly snowboard this summer. But
You did a lot of work at Gypsy Island getting that tree quarter pipe prepared and ready
so
too. You put in some work.
The missus works up there, so I'm up there quite often. And when I go up, you know, there's what we call Gypsy Island, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you know Gypsy Island. Where everyone hits the rails, it kind of just like washes you out the bottom, and people will go and jib the tree or whatever. So I've been carrying. I try to do 3 logs every time I go up there. I'll like drag 3 logs over and stack them up because it'd be sick to have like a vert wall at the bottom.
I've
where,
seen
like,
it. You got a
have,
good
like,
wall
a good
going
redirect.
between those trees.
Yeah, dude, I've had to start walking pretty far to start dragging trees back to it. But it's a good like morning workout. I normally have the dog with me, and you know, let the dog go and run around a bit. I'm waiting for the Forest Service to come and kind of put the kibosh on that, but see how it goes.
You're cleaning it up, man. Like you just...
Yeah.
I think, it's Timberline boundary area too, so Probably be like the parking lot guys or something.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm building a carbon reserve is what I'm doing right there. It's for nature.
Exactly.
But
How many days did you ski for that edit?
I think we were up there. It was 5 days, maybe like Sunday through Thursday, and the guys left on Friday. So it
left
was-
from Salt Lake on Friday, or
I think
or
maybe they
you guys left.
no, I think they left Salt Lake City on Sunday and then left for Salt Lake City back on Friday. So I think it only was 4 days of riding.
Which is freaking insane that you guys, or that they went all the way from Salt Lake to Hood to do a PVC session on the yard up there. Like
Dedication.
that's like
Almost
that-
definitely.
yeah, that's pretty rad.
It's I think it was probably one of the more traveling circus episodes that we've done, and I think when I think of traveling circus, we try to, or whatever, our whole thing I guess is like relatability, I guess maybe is like the best word. Like, you obviously, like, you know, if we were to get up right now and drive to Salt Lake City, like, I got a kid, you got a job, like you, like, you know, we couldn't do it, but with a few days like planning or whatever, maybe we could get in a van and drive to Salt Lake
Exactly.
City to go
Make it
film an
happen.
episode. So yeah, we got it done pretty quickly, and just like that really short window when Hood actually had snow, when it was looking promising. But I think, yeah, it was like one of the more traveling circus episodes, because you're like, they just got in a van on like a Sunday, and by, you know, the next Friday, like they were driving back to Salt Lake City, and it was just like, that's kind of something you can do with your homies. And I think that's kind of the whole thing.
One of the points of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh damn, like we could do what these idiots are doing right now. Like,
It's actually
you
attainable.
know, it's like, there's no helicopter. We might be able to do this. So
Yeah, that was
That's sick.
that was a sick edit though. You guys, I liked it.
yeah, it turned out really good. I definitely was not skiing and feeling very froggy myself. Probably because I've been, just
Lack of sleep.
You don't have
with
like
the
some
newborn.
form of new dad strength going into the season.
No, I think dad strength
not a
comes a little bit later, honestly. This
okay.
was more of like fragility, you know what I'm
to
saying?
know.
Like kind of like glass. Like if I fall, I might shatter. But yeah, it was cool to get up there. It was cool to just kind of get into the yard, you know? Like
Exactly.
there was very little snow, and like I think it was like Monday, they were like looking for the rails or something, and it's like, you know,
I
not a
love
lot.
that in the edit. Everyone's like, where where
Yeah,
the
that
pin
was
is? Like, where is
It's very relatable.
Yeah. I gave them the pin, and I was like, I'll be up there in like, you know, an hour. Like, go look for the rails, see what. Because the idea was to bring them up top. We had contacted
Hunter?
Hunter,
Probably.
yeah, and he was super cool. He's like, yeah, man, just like if you need to grab some of the rails, like bring them back. And I think I Venmoed him like $100 or something. And
Sick. Don't,
Very professional of you.
don't get used to that. We're
no,
not everyone's going to do that when they go to the yard.
no. And like shout out to him, because honestly, the yard, like when I used to live in Govey, I lived at the Summits, like, you know,
Red building, right?
Yeah, building, and actually the back right building, back top.
You were like up there
Unit.
with Topher back there or something.
I was right behind him.
Okay.
It was like myself and a couple other people. But you know, we had the Govey yard, which
Yep.
was like pretty
At the
It was
Summits,
sick. At the
right?
Summits,
Yeah.
yeah.
Legendary. I never really got to session that, and I still have FOMO from like not being able to go and be a part of that time.
Yeah, I mean, if you could deal with like dodging all the dog shit on the ground, like it was like pretty dope. So being up at the yard, just in Govey, I think was pretty cool, and it's a pretty special place. And Hunter has done a really good job at just, you know, obviously making those rails. He's like,
Yeah.
we pulled up, and one of the younger dudes, who's like 20, Wyatt, was like, he's like, damn. All right, this guy knows what he's doing. Like, these are pretty well built rails. Like, these are some
for sure.
decent welds. And I was like, oh yeah, they are some decent welds. Huh?
It's one of the finer points of the winter is a good yard session with the homies. It's pretty special. It's like, and it's probably not going to last forever, but for this period of time that we have it, it's pretty rad.
It's at a cool spot too.
Yeah,
it
thank
is
you
a
for
very
everyone
cool
that puts
spot,
it together,
yeah.
and you know, keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hunter. That's
Shout
our
out to Hunter.
welding magician at Ski Bowl, the
Yeah.
yard, all that.
Who was all in the line video? Name drop them all.
Yeah, so Will Wesson started Line Traveling Circus with me. Our filmer was here, Jake Strausman, who actually used to be up here a bunch working for Wendell's doing the video stuff with, anyways. And then Wyatt Dorman and this other guy, John. And Wyatt's like he's the young guy who has the most shots in the episode, like real snappy, like
Sweet.
skier,
Hungry.
like hungry. Yep,
Yeah.
very hungry, from the Midwest. And it's when you're nearly 40, it's like nice to have some kids that are like way younger. Yeah.
We got shop owner Mike wanting to come into the door, but he knows where the back door is, so I think that he might come around back. It's normally a little later on in the day,
Yeah, I'm kinda
or
surprised to see
later
him here
into
so
the
early.
episode that we have people wanting to come into the front door and come and do things. So if you
Had
a little bit.
those younger guys filmed with you before?
That was my first time meeting Wyatt,
Okay.
actually. So it was cool. Like, I think as I get older, like you start meeting like, I don't know if you guys ever been like on a trip or like, you start working with someone where it's like pretty much right off the bat, like you just kind of hit it off with them. Like, you're like,
You tell you guys are kind of on the same vibe.
yeah, like you're just bullshitting with
I feel like
each
we
other.
have that at summer camp. Even you kind of meet new people at summer camp. You're like, oh yeah, we
yeah.
just get along.
Totally.
Most definitely.
At skate camp, Jamie Weller would say they can get in the van. He's like, can you get in the van? They can get in the van. You can get in the van. Come on.
That.
So you guys clicked pretty well with Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt's it's like again, like a younger kid and like very focused on like just like kind of like street stuff is like kind of his passion. And it's like we had the opposite of someone who's his age, who's from White Pass,
Okay.
up in Washington.
Yakima,
Sweet.
is it?
It's outside of, where is White Pass outside of?
I think it's Yakima.
Is it Yakima? Yeah.
Pretty sure.
And he's like a very park oriented kid. So it's like same age, but two different, like,
He's got more of a trick list kind of a thing.
yeah, like different spectrums of like the ski scene or like whatever is like, the very street, like this is the purest form of like,
The core.
the core. And then
Yeah.
like the other kids, like the parks, very park oriented, like probably never hit a street rail in his life.
Okay.
So it's always interesting to see that.
Lots of
those-
well-rounded talent in the van.
Yeah.
One of the questions I have for maybe the people I don't know, and being that this is like our first time venturing into the ski side of things, it's a little bit all over the place, the questions I got for you, but we're just kind of fire at them. But
Basically, we
is,
just want to learn all the trick names.
yeah, well, one of the things is, okay, before I go where I was going, is what is a K-Fed? I hear that
so
I hear
that's
that
like-
word all the time, and I couldn't
let's
tell you
have
what it
you-
is.
I think I know too.
Yeah.
So
let's have the snowboarders
I'm gonna
explain
say
it.
this in snowboard terms, it would be board slide to back tail, same way. Because isn't it like jump
Okay, so
on,
like
front
switch
swap,
up.
continuing blind two? I guess
Yeah.
it would be.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the same way. Okay.
That's fun. I get that. I get why people are about that. That sounds
Right?
fun.
Or would it be 50-50 to no, not switch. You're right.
Do you guys
It'd
have a
probably be
50-50?
boards, like-
What do you call it if you hop on with the tip pointing forward, like you're not sliding sideways?
Yeah, so if you go on forwards, like say like a milli tube, like and both skis are on it, kind of like
Yeah.
hugging it, like you're using your thighs to like crush that in. That we would just call a 50-50.
Sick.
Which
Now,
are
is there a
insane, by the
5-0?
way. The skiing 50-50 tricks.
Right,
are
it's really
insane.
hard.
Yeah, way more challenging than the skate or snowboard 50-50,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of just you're testing
But
it out.
also, it's like not a 50-50, like because it's like we're facing forward. It's almost more like
Like a board slide.
it's almost more like a board slide.
Yeah.
But your skis
But
aren't
just depending
sideways.
where your feet
your
are.
skis aren't
Yeah, you
Right,
guys are
right,
you guys
yeah.
are venturing into new territory. But if you have one ski, is it a 5-0?
No, we would either call that I call it a ski slide, or some people will call it a nugget because weed is tight.
I've heard of that.
Weed is tight. Weed is tight.
That's
But
Someone asked. They said, "What is your favorite form of weed?"
favorite form of weed. I don't do the weeds, but if I did do the weeds, it would probably be a spliff type weed.
There you go. That's
which again is like
probably a popular answer.
is like either like I don't know, like
50-50, 70-30? If you had to.
if I had to, it'd be 70% weed, 30%
hypothetically.
Yeah.
hypothetically,
Hypothetically.
yeah, with like
Just a little spice.
yeah, with like some Amsterdam shag or something.
yeah. So that's got to be a trick
Hypothetically.
name too, right?
The Amsterdam
Yeah.
shag. That could be a trick name.
So, one more ski question. I have this kind of theory, and I've shared this with people throughout the years. But so rather than front side or back side, you guys have natty and unnatty, right? Like natural and unnatural direction spin.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that right?
yeah. Left and right spin. Yeah.
Okay, and which one's natural? Which one's unnatural?
Usually, most people spin to the left. which would be our natural. And then there are some people that do spin to the right, just like
So it's whatever's more comfortable to you is what you say.
100%.
That's my natural, unnatural. Okay.
Yeah, I would almost say it's like in terms of like skateboarding, it'd be like whether you ride
Goofy or regular.
Goofy or
kinda.
regular.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you hit the nail on the head for what I was about to say, which is I have a theory that the human body, and maybe it comes to right-handed or left-handed individuals,
Okay.
just has a preference to turn left. Because as a
Really?
goofy-footed rider, backside is way easier and more comfortable for me. Like front side feels like super foreign. It feels like this big motion to like make it happen, which would
See,
be unnatural.
I'm
That
gonna
blows
disagree
my
with
mind.
you on that because I'm goofy footed and I always want to turn
Me
right.
too.
Really?
Actually.
Okay.
I do.
Backboard,
I noticed
front three.
it's typically like, at least with jumps, it's either you got cab and backside, which if you're regular, that's spinning right. For me, that's most natural. And then
Okay.
a lot of people that if they're really good at front side, they're really good at switch backside too. So it's just like the spinning left or spinning right kind of thing.
Okay,
So I don't know. It's
yeah.
interesting.
Back to ski tricks. Andy, have you invented any ski tricks?
Oh, most definitely.
Oh,
Quite
the
a few,
confidence.
right?
Yeah. I guess you
Okay.
could say quite a few.
I've heard that you are the wizard trick king. That's one of the other quotes
what-
I saw.
I wouldn't say king.
What's the one you're most proud of or want to mention? If you only have to do one or two.
Man, I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't think I'm really any proud of any of them,
You don't like-
honestly. But there's a long list. You know,
Maybe we could grease the skids to get there because George from Friday chimed in and he wanted to know what's your trick inspo. Like where do you get the inspiration for the tricks you do? Who do you look to as being like, oh, that's the trick wizard?
Is there any blading inspo in there?
I think all of those things.
Because I was gonna say like all the 1 foot 50s where you're like dipping the ski underneath the skirting and stuff.
Yeah.
Insane, dude.
I think kind of like a blanket generalization when I'm thinking of new tricks or like have the tricks that I have right now or whatever the hell I do. I think what was going through my head when I was thinking of things is like, what can you do on skis that you cannot do on anything else? So what can't you,
sick.
you know, you can't do certain things on skis that you can on rollerblades or like, you know, you can't do it on a snowboard. What is,
How do you use this tool?
yeah, what is wholly unique to skiing? And doing it in a way that you can only really do it on skis to make it kind of like a thing. So there's a lot of tricks that I have where you're using your tip or sometimes your tail to manipulate yourself like on the box to where you're spinning one way, like you hit 270 on or something. And then to stop yourself, you drop your tip or tail and
Like
then
catch
use
the side of the box.
with 1 foot,
Yeah.
like, and then use that to pretzel yourself, or the way that you spin out of a rail, like leaving one tip or both tips down or
Yeah.
something to where, you know, it's like you're folding out or you're stepping over something in a certain way and using like a part of like, you know, the middle part of your ski or whatever. So I think it's like kind of like everything was just based off of like me just getting, I think, pretty stoned on 420
Okay.
when I was working at
Allegedly.
allegedly hypothetically, you know, when I was on the East Coast, when I was like going to school and working at Killington, Vermont, back in the day, like I don't know, like maybe 2008, like there's boxes everywhere. Everything was a box.
Okay.
And
yeah,
like
yeah.
I miss the box era. The box era was fun.
It was
you had
it was
to
an
get
era.
creative.
You had to get creative. And
Yeah.
I think that like watching for us, like kind of before traveling circus and all that stuff, Think Tank was like pretty huge.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
us.
of course.
Anything that was kind of like the abstract or, you know, atypical like tricks on skis or snowboards, and at that time honestly it was snowboards that we were looking to, and like still like a lot of like the kind of inspiration and creativity that we have was born out of snowboarding, because you guys were about 10 years ahead of us, and I would say the development of like anywhere between style or kind of tricks and just kind of creating that whole like culture and zeitgeist around snowboarding was 10 years ahead of skiing. You guys are
I want to make a joke about how at that time it was like more of like trim clothing, and then you guys were still way back in the early 2000s with the baggiest of the baggies.
yeah,
That's
and
true.
and now it's kind of cycled back. So I guess like tying it back into the whole thing, it was just like, what can you do on skis that you can't do on anything else? And also like man, just being inspired by like, snowboarding, honestly.
Sick.
And
Respect.
then was it a crazy transition to, because I've seen you do a lot of the crazy like 1 foot 50s with the ski down, like flat bars and rails and stuff too. Was it like you did all that on boxes for a while first, or do you just kind of like let it develop on its own?
It was a lot of on boxes on its own, and then like just getting just trying to be more technical like with what I'm doing, and it's like any other trick. It's just like all right, like I learned a front board on this down rail, like now I'm gonna like try it on this down flat
Kind
down.
of crawl,
That
walk,
makes
run
sense.
style of progression.
Yeah, and it's like I think that like one of the things, and I've seen this, I'm not a huge skateboarder, but it's just like from what I look like, what I see for skateboarding and also snowboarding is like there's people that are in their late 30s, early 40s, late 40s, early 50s, that are still like crazy good at like the very technical stuff. And like I think even like when I was a kid, I remember watching like Daewon Song and Rodney Mullen,
Oh yeah.
and just being like, wait, what? Like,
I was going to bring up. It seems like you're low-key a little bit of the Daewon or Rodney of the skis. Kind of similar to like I don't know who inspires who amongst you or Toph, but kind of in my observer looking into skiing, it seems like you guys might fall into
like
the same
the comparison.
category a little bit.
I like the comparison too, but I would never use that comparison
You're
for
a humble
myself
man.
just because like, Rodney Mullen, Daewon Song, like what, like those are like true originators of like a sport. And but a lot of that inspiration is what, or a lot of that stuff is what inspired me to be doing what I'm doing today.
And
honestly.
you can ride a lot longer, right? Versus if you're just sending the biggest jump ever. If you get a little more technical, you can ride longer.
God, where
into
I'm
your
at in my
lifetime,
skateboarding
right?
these days, I'm trying to bring it back down
But
to
you can
some small ledges.
still do innovative tricks, but
Sure.
more on a technical level.
And I think that was kind of like a conscious decision that myself and a couple other people that I ride with kind of made, is like, in 2004 when I was like, all right, I'm out of high school, man. I'm getting out of Western New York finally. Like I'm leaving. I'm going to Vermont, because Vermont, like from the East Coast people, it's like when you're growing up in Connecticut or Pennsylvania or New York or Ohio or something, like you think Vermont is like, at least back in the day, it was like
That's the
place to
the
be.
pinnacle direction you're
That's-
heading towards.
yeah, like whoa, like out west wasn't attainable because it was just like that's too far away, you know.
We
That
kind of
makes
plowed
sense.
through it, but normally we start off with where are you from and how did you start riding?
Yeah, I am from Western New York, outside of Rochester, right off of I-90, a place called Victor, New York.
Okay.
I started riding at this.
Is that upstate New York?
I would call it Western.
I've
New
only been to
York.
the city, and then
Oh.
you look at the map, and it's
Yeah,
like
dude.
this whole blob of like forest that seems to be out there.
Yeah, so it's like, I'd call it Western New York. Upstate would be more like kind of like Lake Placid area,
Okay.
Saranac or something. So kind of like Western New York, just we call it it's like on the Rust Belt. So it's like, it's like Syracuse, Rochester, Utica, Albany, like all used to be like poppin' places. Like, there used to be Xerox and Kodak in Rochester. And then around like, when I was in high school, like that shit just started shutting down. Like there was, industry kind of left. So it's like,
Dunder Mifflin style effect going on.
it's and yeah, we grew up just riding at this place called Bristol, and I was probably like 13 or 14 when I started doing it, and I would say that half my friends snowboarded and the other half skied, and I don't know why we stuck with skiing, because I had like a couple good friends that were snowboarders, and it was all very like you were just going out and riding. Like to us, like when that era, it was like we were just getting over the time where it was a snowboard park. And in fact, I think it was like,
When did park skiing kind of take off? Because I'm aware of it from being around it all, but
Right.
it seems like you said, it's a little bit behind, or like was a newer developed thing than maybe the snowboarders hitting the rails.
yeah,
I'm sure as long as they've had a rail available up in the park, everyone's been trying to hit it. But
Yeah, but there was a time at a lot of different parks where you had to be a snowboarder to go into the park. It was like a very, and that again, that changed like, in the early 2000s, but I think park skiing, like rails and all that stuff, it was like definitely kind of like hitting momentum around like the late 90s. Line Skis was founded in 1995, which as a ski board company, and they started making twin tips. But you had, I would say the early 2000s was kind of like what I would consider like my golden age of like skiing, where it was like you had like the giants of like Tanner Hall and Simon Dumont, and a little bit later obviously Sammy Carlson coming up, Yoon Olsen. So it's like, I would say, like, again, we're about 10 years behind snowboarding or whatever, but it was just getting over the age of where it was like, it wasn't a half pipe, it was a snowboard half pipe. It wasn't like a train park, it was a snowboard park. So it was like, we were just kind of getting into the integration of everything that, like, skiers and snowboarders can be riding the same stuff, and it's
totally
not gonna like kill anyone.
right.
And then I saw on there that you went to Green Mountain College. Is that in New York, or is that out in that area?
That was in Vermont, so it was kind of like
That's when you like the pinnacle movement up towards Vermont.
We're going to Vermont to go to college, man. Green Mountain College is not a college anymore. It's now it's gone. It was just some
really?
hippie like school, and I only went there because they had a program that was like at Killington.
Allowed you to ski.
I think I've heard about it. I've heard about it from snow people that went there. But what were you saying, Leif?
Oh, it's Killington is what it accesses?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So it's like it was like they had an internship program where we lived on the mountain. We did like co-ops with Killington and stuff. And like, if you're from the East Coast, especially at that time, it was like Killington, Mount Snow, Okemo, Stratton, I think were probably all the big things. And it's like now, like if you go back, like Mount Snow is still like, I think people are stoked on it and stuff, but
Shane McFalls wants to know, what did you learn in college?
Shane McFalls, that little bitch.
There's a bunch of people that chimed in with questions. I'm like, I don't know who this is, and this question seems outrageous, but I'm assuming it came from your side of things, so I'm going to ask it.
What I learned in college is that I didn't need to go to college.
Okay.
Did you get a degree in it?
I got
a bachelor's?
Yeah, I got one of those BS's, Bachelor of Science or whatever, in Resort and Hospitality Management.
Well, congrats. Way to get across the finish line.
I got across the finish line. But yeah, I don't think I really learned much in college, but I don't really think Shane did either. Shane.
Did you guys go to school together?
No, Shane was one of my friends from Western New York that we kind of started doing like kind of the whole film thing with. So he was the original filmer for Traveling Circus, our very first episode of Mount Hood, and then season like 2 through 8. He lives in Vermont now, but Shane is kind of like he's really good at filming. He's I think, and again bringing it back to like skateboarding, he's like big into skateboarding. Actually, I think Jamie helped him build. He had built like a little like mini ramp in his backyard in Vermont. And I think Jamie helped him, or because Jamie moved back to Vermont like 3 or 4 years ago.
Shout outs Jamie and Lauren. Hope you guys are doing good. Miss you.
Jamie, good.
Good people.
Jamie, good. But his style of filming skiing is very skateboard style. So it's like, he had like...
In your face, fisheye.
Yes, exactly.
Lots of action.
Or like
in the
at your
lens.
knees, fisheye.
Awesome.
Which to me personally, I think I like that filming the best.
I'll kind of sidebar for a second and say, like, spending as many years at camp as I was fortunate enough to do, I kind of ended up hanging out with a lot of the skiers almost more than the snowboarders, because I felt like during the era I was there, like skiing was super like skate oriented. Like it felt like you guys were on the same vibe, like all the tricks and like the style and everything. I don't know where I'm going with that.
It does
it's just
seem like a lot of it's going in the skate direction.
Yeah,
a
skiing
lot
is sick because of that.
Particularly even just like I haven't been on trips with a lot of skiers, but like being in the car with like P-Ring for a while, like he's looking for spots that I'm like, this guy's looking at stuff like a skateboarder.
And he's a skateboard filmer too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, skiers are some of my favorite people to go hit spots with because of that. Back to maybe the going as linear as I can just from my own tisms over here. How did you start getting hooked up in skiing?
It was 20 years ago this year, which I don't think anyone knows at the brand because,
So 20-year anniversary.
20-year anniversary, basically. I was in college and my friends walked in who were sponsored by Line, and they're like, here you go, here's a free pair of skis. And it was a pair of skis that had been mounted like 6 times. And I was like, all right, hell yeah, we're on, man. Like this is it. But it was, in I think 2005, like in the fall.
So you've been loyal to the brand.
Yeah.
Been with Line since Genesis.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those things like when you're like a kid, I guess, or whatever, when you're 16 or 14, you're identifying with like, I don't know, it's like weird. You kind of pick out brands or like people at those brands that you identify with, or they're skiing or snowboarding or skateboarding. It's like, for me, it was, I think, Line Skis, obviously. But it's just a kind of interesting how that like chooses your path, or like the people that you look up to in riding, like how those kind of like influence your path of like where you're going to go. So it's like, who was someone that like influenced you?
I would say like probably the Helgeson brothers and their company Lobster, like similar kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean, you were rode for Lobster for
for almost a decade.
Yeah, and and Leif,
Tech 9.
dude.
Yeah, I love their videos. So
And you can see that. And
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
How
if
you
that
guys-
totally translates, but
No, I mean,
I'm a gibber.
yeah, exactly. No, Tech
Yeah,
9
you
was-
identify with what you
yeah.
totally like.
I like
what
Lucas
just grabs
Magoon
you.
and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so-
I mean Magoon, right out of Rutland, Vermont. Like, actually, I am in a video, a GBP video of 2004, 2005, I want to say. I've got like a little segment in there.
What kind of skiing was Line doing that sort of, you say that you went on that path versus a different style?
Right, and I think it had to do with geography. Line Skis it's an East Coast brand. You know, it was born in Albany by Jason Leventhal out of his parents' garage, and I think that like the graphics were something that really popped out to me. They were a little more intricate, they were just cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see something, sometimes it's hard to explain. It's like, oh, that's just fucking cool, man. Like, that's
it's funny that's an East Coast brand, because now I was looking on their website, and like the current list of team riders, it kind of reads as like a list of like the ski homies from Mount Hood. It's like we got Connor on there, Jed, both of them are alumni from the academy here.
They are, yeah.
We've got who else? Topher, Taylor. She was one of the been
Taylor.
at camp here for a long time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tucker, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, Tucker.
Hood River local.
Yeah, again, Jed and Tucker, both insanely good skateboarders too.
Yeah.
It's very
Jed is probably one of the best skateboarders I've gotten to like share space with.
good. Oh, Jed is
What a
so
treat!
good.
I've tried to talk him into just focusing on skating so many different times.
I mean,
We used to take him with us on skate trips, and it was always a treat.
yeah, so I think that like now obviously Line has changed a lot over the years, and it's like this kind of just happened with Lobster, where it was kind of they were bought or sold.
Yeah, exactly. They like merged, bought out, all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's like over the years, like went from one owner, Jason Leventhal, and before I even got on the team, he had like some issues with like he was trying to launch this binding and it didn't go well, and he had to like kind of sell the company to another company, and that other company got bought by another company, and then that eventually got bought by K2 Sports, which was under maybe Jarden at that time, which was a publicly traded company. And
It's
then,
all just BlackRock now.
well, now it's private equity, actually.
Okay.
Which, we'll see. But yeah, there's been lots of transition, and kind of like how the pro team and the team in general has changed over the years. And
Is Jason Aarons over at Line, or is he at Armada?
so Jason Aarons does Surface in Coswell.
That's what it is. Okay.
And he's also a judge. And the TM for Armada, not snowboards, skis,
Okay.
Armada skis,
Okay.
is Kevin Perron. He's I rent my house to him, and actually I have to go up there after this to grab something.
That's awesome.
There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, not Armada snowboarding. That is.
Is Line thinking about making snowboards
They
at some
do,
point?
don't they?
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm out of the loop
what's your
here.
thoughts on
big
this?
announcement. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
No, doesn't
That was
We're
last
breaking
year,
news here.
yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, it was last
What do you
year.
think about ski brands making snowboards, or these new ski brands at least? Because K2 and Solomon have been doing it for years, but Armada and Line,
Right.
Do you think that's cool or neutral? What are your thoughts?
Well, the Line thing that was just kind of like pretty much like a one-off kind of thing. And it's
Okay.
like, I would say like, I don't think that they sold many of them, and it was more of just kind of like something came from the top with the old president maybe or something, or
Like a novelty run almost or something.
well, I don't know where they're
Just
going
venturing
with it,
into
but-
an unrecognized market.
Dude, I don't know what the justification was, or like what the reason was, but we justified it as like, well, most of the team rides snowboards. Like most of the team can snowboard.
Yeah.
So it's like, like why, like whatever. So I'm gonna chalk it up now as to it was like kind of like a one-off thing, and I think that's like kind of dope, just because it's like, whatever. Like that's how much we care about like the whole separation of like whatever. Like my friend Will, who started like I think he tried to snowboard all the summer. Our friend LJ, who's been
Yeah, he's at the rope toe.
yeah, you'll see LJ at the rope toe a bunch, and he only snowboards now. He used to be like, dude, he was in the X Games, like he was like probably one of the best urban skiers in skiing for like 5 years. And
That's so
he
awesome.
only snowboards now. And it's like, now I'm thinking about like, damn, I'm gonna get my daughter, like, I don't want her to ski. Like, and I've told the rest of the family, like, cause the rest of the family, like on my wife's side and stuff, they're all skiers. And it's just like, no, I want my daughter to snowboard because then I can snowboard too. We can go like the same pace and kind of like learn
Sick.
together.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
got
yeah.
this like
Yeah.
thing going on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're off to a good start. You're gonna be a great dad.
Yeah. So again, but I think for like Armada going into snowboarding, it's a good decision financially for them. They're owned by Amer Sports, which is owned by some other company, but they're out of China. And they're very, China is right now very focused on growth in winter sports. So it's like, you have a bunch of Salomon stores opening in China. You have their Arc'teryx is under Amer Sport, whatever. So it's like there's a bunch of Arc'teryx stores that are opening. So it's like for them, I think it's like, okay, we have distribution, which is huge already to start. Like if you have distribution, you can only get so far with selling direct. If you're going to come up with a ski or snowboard company. So it's like they saw that they already had the distribution through the shops. They had the growing interest in China, and like their parent company was supporting them. And they're like, let's do this. And from what I have gathered, they seem like they're putting a lot of money into it, which
Yeah.
like,
It seems like they're trying to come correct. Like what?
Yeah.
What do you guys think
I
about?
would say
What's your take?
that if they did it any other way, it might not have been as cool. But like their team right off the bat is like instantly became one of the sickest teams in snowboarding. I would say like they got Mike Little and Danimals on Armada. That's right off the bat. It's
Doesn't
insane.
Iris Pham ride for him too?
No, she's
Is she-
Nitro.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean Danimals is a heavy hitter. Mike Little, like literally goat. I don't know. I don't
they
think
got
there's
some
really a
fan
good way you
favorites.
can.
It seems
hate
like
on
they're
it.
trying to come correct.
Don't they
as
got
much as they can.
Egan Wint?
I don't know, to be honest.
I think so.
I saw they got like that Steffi chick.
Oh, yep. Uh-huh.
I don't know the whole team.
I put
And
up
then
one of their-
Is it Justin Phipps they just put on like just super recently?
I think so. They had a poster in the Slush mag
they did?
that I hung up on my wall.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
I know I know a lot of people in snowboarding are maybe cringing hearing this because they're more of like the for us by us mentality, and there's something to be said for like being
But all those
coming
people,
from
all
this,
those
being true to
people
this,
enjoy
but-
Mike Little video.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And
yeah.
Danimals.
And Solomon and
footage.
K2 have been doing it for years, so
So
Well,
that's
even then, there's still a little bit of pushback against
There's a
those
little
brands
bit, but
from the
most
other
of those
side,
brands
but
are pretty
you're
recognized.
really splitting hairs.
Yeah.
It's like we're going up and we're doing the same damn thing. We're just standing in a different direction, and it's really splitting hairs if you're gonna like die on that hill.
It's interesting because like obviously like I'll see people posting online because again like I'm not a snowboarder obviously but I very much appreciate the way that snowboarding has, or a lot of people have gone through and kind of created their own brands and really I think that's pretty special. So I can understand the animosity towards a ski company or something coming in and being like, we're gonna try to like take a market share from this. And
Yeah, it's
again,
like, well, what's the underlying intention? I think speaks loads.
right. Yeah, and again, like if you got like
If you're not building a team, if you're just trying to create the product and then
Yeah.
take, it's like no, they're coming and they're
Yeah.
giving first before as they're trying
yeah.
to take. So.
And I guess we'll see how the reception after like kind of the full rollout this year, like kind of how the reception goes and stuff. But like I can understand why people in snowboarding be like, why? But again, like Solomon snowboards, right?
Totally.
Is
And I mean, any snowboard company, anyone who starts a company at all, is to make money. It's to pay your bills. No one's specifically doing it like as bad as it sounds, just to be core and support the community and whatever. Like they're also trying to pay their bills.
Would you drop line to ride Tech 9 skis?
Okay. Here's another question: Is there anybody that has come into skiing that skiers didn't like, or you know what I mean? Are there any new ski brands that skiers were hesitant to support?
Dope Snow.
Yeah. Okay.
Dope Snow.
So there is kind of that
Like,
aspect in skiing too.
Yeah,
right?
I mean Montec, Dope Snow.
And where are they failing where others have succeeded?
How
Is
can
it
these
because
guys get
there's
their
no
core score up, Andy? That's
yeah,
what
is it
we're
because there's no
all
like
for.
team behind it, or is it because it's very obvious, just like crap product sent at large kind of a thing?
Both.
Okay.
And it's like I guess like that was like I'm gonna use Dope Snow as an example. Like yeah, they're lame as hell. Like they're just like I would see them as just like some shitty Instagram brand. Their marketing is like it's not
Influencers rather than riders that are getting the product.
It's like very obvious that they're just in it to make money.
Yeah.
which again, like respect, get that bag, but I don't think that like they're
It's not progressing the sport.
Yeah, no, I'm very like even just Instagram things I see on Instagram from some brands. I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't like this at all. But I'm very anti-Instagram, so
Good for you.
even though I spend a bunch of time on it.
Yeah, I wish that I didn't have to do social media. Like for my business and stuff, I get most of my mechanic jobs from Facebook, and oh my God, the small town Facebook chatter. If you want to go and lose your sanity, spend 10 minutes on there and you're going to hate your neighbor. It's like,
That shit.
speaking the
Nextdoor,
obvious
dude.
that all of us know, it's so bad. Yeah, next door.
Oh man, it's
Walk us through your first trip to Hood. What brought you from the East Coast to the West Coast? How did you finally make the pilgrimage out here? Had you heard rumors of Hood, or maybe just wanted to come ride in the summertime? Like what got you out here?
Yeah, so I got like kind of like I think a pretty like standard like Hood kind of like life. I don't know, maybe life or whatever. But we came out here to film episode 1 of Line Shelving Circus. It was going to be basically a pilot episode. We had talked to the brand director, Jason Leventhal, the guy who started the brand, in Burlington that spring. Me and my friend Will had both finished college, and we're like, yo, we don't want a real job. Like, let's try to make this happen. So he's like, yeah, cool. Like, we'll send you out to Hood, like pay for your plane ticket. I talked to Wendell's, like, we're just going to get you in. And we came out here and filmed our first episode. And
Who came up with the premise for that? Was it you guys approaching them? Or
Yeah.
Well, let's give credit where credit's due. At Sethington said, what's the full story behind Jay Lev putting you guys on with Traveling Circus? And did you and Will edit it all yourself?
Yeah, very relevant to like what we're talking about here. Basically, we went to Jason Leventhal, and I guess this is kind of like a learning opportunity for a lot of the kids, but it's not anymore because Instagram killed everything. But we came up with 2 plans. One was a webisode series. This was in 2008, so YouTube was just starting to become a thing. Like Eric Pollard, from up here had started like a web series. So we're like, hey, we want to do this for park skiing. And our other idea was a activation tour where we go around to different mountains, hang out with kids, ski, edit, film stuff, whatever. So he picked the webisode series, and that's what kind of like set us out. So we gave him 2 options. We came to them. We came out and filmed our first episode, and he was like, okay, cool. We want you to make more episodes in the following winter. And that's kind of how we started. But that was my first trip to Hood, was with, doing that. And our friend Jeremiah Paquette. Like
Germ,
yes.
Germ, do I know
From
Germ?
Yobi.
Yes.
Okay.
You know Germ.
Okay.
Yes. You definitely know Germ.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah. He was kind
I'm
of
so like unattached. The fact that I'm doing this is probably like overstepping like my qualifications
it's
to
good.
even be sitting at the table doing all this stuff.
it's
So I'm
good
like, do I
because-
know them? I don't know. I'm so bad with names. I
When did
recognize faces.
infamous
and there's
Yobi commentary?
the revolving door of people that come through camp, and
Oh,
there's so
God.
many names every day that I'm just
Right.
like, what up, what up, what up? And I was like skate focused. So
Yeah.
Anyways, Germ.
Germ. Yeah. This was back again. We're like 2008. So we just spent 2 weeks there and like lived at camp, and actually we're like in the same room as Trevor Jacobs. Like the plane guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very interesting.
That is.
And so that was my first trip out to Hood. And then from there on, I think we were coming out during the summers to work at camp.
Okay.
So that was kind of like, the first trip was like a very big, like, coming from the East Coast, definitely during the summer, to where I was like working weed whacking and stuff, like for like days. You just weed whack these fence lines for just days.
Just stacking up for the wintertime.
Yeah. And then, coming here, and it's like this weather was like pretty good for most of it, and like this huge volcano. And it's like, if you're not from, you know, the West Coast or something, and you don't really get outside of the East Coast much, like, you know, like Vermont, like I'd see like big mountains or something. And I went to Mammoth, like, and lived on a floor for like a week, like, you know, a year prior to that. But it was just like seeing like the mountain, it was just something where it's like, damn, like this is sick. And every time I drive up 26 now, I still look at that and I'm like,
Hell
damn,
yeah.
this
It
is
is special.
sick.
That's just like the one, you know, the cones that we have out here, the shield volcanoes. It's so cool that they're just like,
And
there's the kind of flat horizon around and this just pinnacle peak.
Yeah.
And like we kind of get something to like what you're saying, being I grew up out here.
Yep.
And then my first trip going to like Utah or Colorado,
Right.
and seeing like the Rockies and whatnot. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like Mount Hood everywhere. Like there's just like peaks and peaks and peaks and peaks.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then you get to the East Coast and it's just like, oh shit, really? People live here?
but I've experienced that as a skateboarder going to the East Coast and being like, there's city everywhere and skate spots everywhere
yeah.
and like culture and like, you know, I can get a coffee here and a pizza there. There's a skate spot there.
Going
It's
to
like,
the Midwest, it's like,
yeah.
there's quick trips here. There's Culvers, dude.
So many Culvers.
Yeah, they need these back home.
That's sick. So did you start coming every summer after that?
Yep. And I think it was like I had a job had opened up coaching or whatever. And like the second year, like after we did traveling circus, and I, you know, coached for one session, they're like, well, we need more people. And I just kind of like stayed and I coached for Wendell's for 5, 6, 7 years or something.
That's
And-
where I remember hearing your name and being around each other without
Probably.
directly
Yeah, 'cause-
interacting. 'Cause
yeah.
I know that you're pretty handy with the tools as well. Like I remember your name in the office coming up a bunch when they were
God.
building the dry slope in positive light. It was awesome positive light.
yeah.
You used to bring like a bag of tools to Gypsy Island and like screw together PVC.
Oh yeah,
features
most
and stuff.
definitely.
Yeah, it was-
I got
Did
tools
you
in my
set
car.
up the spot for everybody. Dude.
Did you build the current dry slope that's out there, the rail setup?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah,
Sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing's fun.
Yeah, it was
That
recycled.
thing's seen a lot of doom go down
There's people
on it.
jibbing it.
Oh, yeah.
When I was there a couple days ago, there
Oh,
was
really?
people jibbing it.
Yeah, it was probably one of their most used. Oh, never mind. Skate park. Shout out to Jamie Weller, by the way. But yeah, we built that out of.
But early season for the snow programs, like that's where it's at, you know.
Dude,
You'll see
especially a
Brando,
season
Toph,
like
and
right
Breeze
now.
out there with the
Yeah.
umbrella
Yeah.
tweak.
We got low snow. It's like perfect.
Yeah, built out of the High Cascade skate park.
Masonite and
Yeah, like they had
Leftover lumber.
these big 4x8 sheets that were like welded and with like this stuff on top. And Tim Wendell was just like, I want you to build this thing, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. So we got like $800 in gravel, and myself and Mozzie actually,
Awesome.
and our friend Jack Borland, we made it happen. And
that place
they're
is
still
a
using it.
testament to like where there's a will, there's a way, and like how to stretch a budget in a positive direction, and like taking like the desire to make something sick and just like group effort manifesting it.
Yeah, and
it's pretty tight what they're able to accomplish.
Yeah, and I respected that mentality super hard when it was independent. When like, you know, Tim was running it. Like now, not so much.
I'm trying not to
Yeah,
publicly badmouth them because for some reason I am blacklisted from camp and I did nothing but good stuff up there and like have given them love. So I'm trying to remove that and just give them the love, you know.
Yeah, I have no desire ever to step foot on that campus again. And I built the dry slope there. I built that stupid.
You're not trying to get the
wall.
triples dialed on the airbag.
No,
Interesting.
I think that airbag is.
That was one of the questions. I'm like, I think that airbag might be one of the reasons I'm not there anymore. I asked for a raise and they're like, you're not getting that. We got plans. But yeah, so
That
you
money-
haven't hit the airbag.
and that-
That's
I
one of the
believe-
questions I have.
I
I would hit the airbag.
I'm
I
scared
would
of
try.
riding down the hill on that material.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
I don't know. I feel like if I tried, the one thing I'm scared of is just like smacking into the quarter pipe or the launch ramp and not making the gap, you know?
Dude.
I don't know if there's a gap. I haven't really looked at it.
I
but-
think I have not. Again, I haven't been on camp in years
Yeah.
or whatever. And shit, they used to actually.
It used to be not artificial snow. It used to be skate light and kind of similar dimensions. And people would take the roller boards down, or like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, David Gravette has a sick skate edit there of him like
Gnarly.
launching in the airbag on the skate stuff. But
Let's
yeah,
get Leif up on there, man. Just dropping in switch.
I've never hit an airbag.
Really?
No.
Not even the one up at not the hill when we're coaching.
Maybe this summer.
Oh, dude.
I didn't do it.
His core score just went through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never touched an airbag.
It sucks, and it gets wet, dude. You
Yeah.
get real wet.
Like
man. Those
phone out of your
kids-
pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puddle at the bottom.
not good.
Yeah, it's definitely you want it if you're up there doing that. Like you're getting, like you said, soaking wet, and it's the soup and coffee probably hit pretty well after that. Well, so we have the line traveling circus, which is still going down right now. You guys did the one at Gypsy Island recently. We'll post links to the video because that video got me more hyped to go ride than any other video this premiere season. I saw that, I'm like, dude, this is just a group of friends going out there and having a good time on the stuff that I go ride all the time. Like, I haven't really felt the itch to go ride yet this year because of the weather, and we got the skate park and all these things going on. I'm like, that made me want to go ride.
Very relatable.
Yeah, that low key stemmed us sitting down and doing this episode right now. I'm like, man,
sick.
I want to do stuff with my shred homies.
Cool.
But there's also the Tell a Friend tour.
Right.
So for us that don't really pay a lot of attention to the ski world, what is the Tell a Friend tour and how did that come to be?
Tell a Friend tour is an activation ski tour where we go to different resorts, the United States, whatever. We go and we ski and film, like an edit and get clips for the mountain, our sponsors. And then at the end of the day, we do a free pizza party and raffle. So we don't charge the kids anything. That's been a huge thing of mine is like, it's free to access if you have a season pass or ticket. I don't like selling anything to the kids. I don't like having $5 or $1 for a raffle ticket. Everyone gets a chance. Like if you're just some random person too, like I'll drag you in. And we have been doing that this is gonna be my 14th year. We have 16 stops, mostly on the East Coast and Midwest. And yeah, man, we just get in the van and we just go and generally to smaller mountains. So it's like,
maybe one that hasn't had like the big pros come through or something. You go and stir up some energy there and make it accessible for all the kids.
100%.
That's so sick.
It's a great way to get that brand's name out to young kids too at their home hill,
Just create an event. I bet the kids look forward to that as like the pinnacle thing of the year,
I think some of them do for sure. And it's like, you'll be in the middle of like Iowa. And I remember being at Sundown, Iowa, which is near the Mississippi River. Anyways, and like someone being like, oh man, this is the biggest thing that's come through here since Glen Plake 15 years ago. And I was like, well, that's crazy. But it's like a lot of these places that we're going to you don't like, no pro skiers are like ever going to go to this place. Like no one is going to give like kind of like any attention to the scene at these different places or like no one really cares, and it's like that is like the foundation of skiing and snowboarding is like these small places and the culture that exists within all these places. So it's like I don't know, like you have your events and your local heroes, like you have like all these things laid out in your season when you're a kid and you're 14 and you're like, yo, I can't wait for that, or I can't wait for that. And I don't really think about it much these days because I'm just old and I'm, I get my like work done or whatever with it, but I think it is pretty impactful. And I mean, shit, dude, we've done over 215 events over the last 14 years. I've gone to probably like 50 different places, and we're still doing it. I've given away hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gear.
And
like that's epic.
That's my main goal is like, how can I get more gear to these people? Because it's like, damn, dude, you go to one of these things and like maybe it's like you're not. Obviously, I'm not going to be anyone's favorite skier, but like I bring someone that maybe is someone's favorite skier or something. And that person like gives like a hoodie or a face mask or is like, yo, that's a like sick, like 2-on you just did like that. I think that affects you. And I'm just taking this from when I was a kid and I had like a similar experience going to an event. And I was like, man, like, this is kind of like the core of it. And I had a friend,
you stripped it all down and brought it back to where it all originated
and
from.
It's like
that's so sick.
You don't have to have a coach. You don't have to have any extra money. Your mom can drop you off at the hill. Like I'm gonna feed you pizza. Like I'm gonna try to give you free gear. And like we're gonna create like an environment where you can have like a bunch of friends that like you can meet new people, like people that are similar to you. There's people like we'll go to Wisconsin and it'll be like, hey, like we're like Cascade, Wisconsin. We're like, hey man, where are you from? It's like, oh, my dad brought us down from like Green Bay or something. And it's like, dude, that's like a 3 or 4 hour drive. It's like a school night. And dad's like, yeah, it's all right. I'll let him skip school. And it's like, damn, like that's pretty cool. And
that's so rad. You're reminding me of being a little kid growing up here. And like one of the reasons I've like was attracted to Wendell's in the first place is the old Sandy skate park. I'm just some kid from Estacada that grew up skating like a sheet of plywood on gravel
For sure.
in the rain, doing whatever. Like, not that it was like terrible, like you really don't have a lot of like, skateboarding wasn't really the big thing out here. And you're just like looking at like California or all these other, it seemed like it was out there. It didn't seem like it was here. I didn't know about like the skate scene in Portland. And then being at the Sandy Park and seeing the vans come through, it felt like, oh my God, here's a tangible insight to like this world that I want to belong to so bad. Like it's this portal into like, I can touch it. It's real. It's not just this thing that's out there. Like, it came to your living room, to your home resort. To
you can
like,
see it. You can see it. You
some
can,
of your favorite pros hitting the shit that you hit every day. Like, that's so special.
I think
it gets me choked up. That's
I think
really
we've
cool.
sort of lost that too in today's day and age with the internet. There's not a lot of times that people
it's all
actually
tangible.
interact with pros coming to their home, skate demos and stuff. You don't see that.
You
as
can
much
DM
anymore.
them. You can like contact that way, which is its own special
But to actually
thing,
have a
but,
pro come to your home hill is
the novelty might
really
not be there
impactful,
anymore.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of brands doing that.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So
and you bring them pizza. We try to throw the Uno reverse card at you today.
Yeah,
and
they got
I
some
brought you
pizza.
guys some pizza,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot of options at 9 a.m. in the morning. So we got 7-Eleven
no.
pizza, which is the skaters' pizza
Yeah,
of
there
choice.
you go.
Let's give some shout outs to the local pizza options of Sandy. I think that Wall Street Pizza is my personal favorite because I worked there for a long time. So
Word.
shout out to
Okay.
Boomer, Wall Street Pizza. Listeners, get support there. I
Wall
also
Street's
worked
fire.
at Sparky's as a teenager.
Damn.
That's another option.
All
this
right.
year.
Sparky's
That's
has
quite the pizza boy.
$3 Monday slices.
They do. It's a good slice, but it's more of like the middle of the road pizza
Little greasy.
in my preference.
Yeah.
And then we gotta give some love up the hill. We got Mogul Mountain, which
pretty
is
good.
snowboarder owned. Some
Yep.
Mount Hood OGs run that. And then
Alforno.
Alforno's up
Ivy
there.
Bear.
El Forno's
Yeah,
good.
We're pretty spoiled.
I
with
like
pizza
the
around here.
or wait, no, is it the Ivy Bear or the
Ivy
the
Bear's
one
the one
that's-
at the bottom of the huge hill.
Yeah.
And then there's Alforno's, the one in like Rhodey.
Alforno's really nice.
It's like where the post office
Oh yeah,
is.
Ivy Bear. The Ivy Bear one's pretty
Yep.
good, but it just seems like I don't know if it's always open or what. But and then there's the one right in Zigzag Inn.
Oh, yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
pizza. They do
They
the
get
squares,
good
so
pizza,
it's
yeah.
it's nostalgic to like the square lunch pizza you get at grade school.
You can
so.
also get dough there too.
Okay.
If you just roll up and be like, "Hey, can I get like dough for pizza?" and then you can go make it at home.
No
I don't know if they
way.
still do it, but that we used to roll up there and be like, "You could get a couple pizzas. You could stretch it.
That's
it was pretty good."
awesome.
Where you get? What's your pizza plug when you're out doing the circus, or excuse me, the Tell a Friend tour?
We just get it from like we have the resorts take care of the pizza, so it's like some resorts it's like they're going to Domino's or Little Caesars, which respect. It's like they're paying for the pizza,
Hot
so
and ready.
whatever. But every once in a while
yeah,
you get
$5 can't
Yeah, right.
Can't argue with
Especially
that.
if I'm asking for like 10, 15 pizzas. But like you get into like New York, Connecticut. Like you'll get some
Start
like
getting some good za.
you get some good pizza. Bolton Valley in Vermont has one of the best pizzas that I've ever had on tour, and that was because they have a wood-fired pizza thing. That's right outside of Burlington. Shout out to Bolton Valley. Some of the worst pizza generally happens in Pennsylvania.
Is it CC's or whatever, the gas station
Nah.
or the truck stop pizza? So I
CC's.
follow this guy
Pennsylvania
Cole the
pizza.
Corn Star on YouTube, and he's just like a corn farmer in Iowa. But some good old boy stuff. It gets you fired up to go do some chores if you're ever feeling like you need a little motivation.
Yeah.
But they'll be out there like in the hay or in the cornfield, and he's like, oh man, calls up the mom. We're getting pizza, right? Is it CC's? All right, cool.
CC's.
Seems like they've lived. The farmers are all like, you think that we're living off of deer meat and like agriculture? No, it's truck stop pizza.
Truck stop pizza. CC's pizza is pretty horrible. But yeah, macaroni pizza in Pennsylvania, pretty bad. Montage Mountain, we're going back this year, Pennsylvania, outside of Scranton. Pretty bad.
But tell them to get their pizza up, right?
Yeah, I mean, beggars and choosers and
Yeah.
whatnot. But
Maybe you guys can import some pizza
Or
too
just
and
have
put
them
the
get
kids
more
on some good za.
They just need more 7-Eleven.
more 7-Eleven
More sevens.
pizza.
That's great.
Is there any stop on the tour that you're super excited for this year?
Quick trip, Kyle. Want to know what your favorite
Yeah, there you go.
stop has
Oh.
been or will be?
I think this year, obviously, I think the Midwest, the rope toe scene is kind of where our hearts are at.
It's just shining.
Yeah. So it's like, I think let's see, we do our second part of the like tour, whatever, starting in Wisconsin and into Minneapolis. And I think all of those ski resorts, we have like 8 or 9 are rope tow resorts. So
you go like Tyrol, like
no, it's going to be Crystal Ridge, Little Switzerland, Cascade Mountain, which is outside of Wisco Dells.
Oh, cool.
And then Welch Village, Trollhagen. We're doing Coffee Mills in Minnesota, and Powder Ridge in Minnesota, not to be confused with Powder Ridge in Connecticut, which did do a few months ago, and that could have been bad, but it worked out.
Are you guys hitting this like road warrior style, as the ski coaches say, where it's like, get in the van, we're driving through the night, we'll be there in the morning? Are you guys kind of like taking your time and like hitting some spots on the way and making it enjoyable for yourselves?
It is. We are back to back. So this year we're doing like 6 or 7 stops on the East Coast, and we're going from
just boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
like Holiday Valley into like Northampton Rope Tow, and then we drive to Montage, and then we go to Mount Creek, and then we go to Powder Ridge, and we go to Ski Sundown, then Wachusett, and then Killington, and then I fly out, and then we go to the Midwest like 2 weeks
You
later.
got anything you do to stay fresh for that? You got any like routines or tricks to stay skiing tough every day?
Well, I do all the filming on the tour, so
Okay.
I'm like, so like I have
Finger stretches on the Zoom.
Yeah, dude, and man,
And
Being a filmer
just
is
one arm,
exhausting,
the
though.
shoulder and the
Being a filmer is
Leif would know.
exhausting, you
Leif,
know?
yeah, exactly. And I mean, I don't even have to use a real camera. You just use my phone.
Okay.
But no, it's just like last year it was like some of the stops was like you turn on the van and it's like says like -5, and you're just like, well,
batteries are dying today.
we have to we have to go ski for the next 4 hours, and hope y'all can do some tricks, like grabbing like a bunch of hand warmers and keeping them in my pocket with like the phone and stuff.
See that on those days, I almost think that you got the toughest job being the filmer.
Yeah.
Because like moving around and stuff will get your blood going,
yeah.
get you warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the riders got the endorphin wave of like, I gotta get this, and you know,
And they can go
got this
inside
thing
whenever
pulled
they
to them.
want to. If
Yeah,
they're cold,
it's on them to
yeah.
quit.
Some of the guys
you can't
just,
quit if you're filming.
Some of the guys just, it's like, be like, you know, like, hey, we're gonna go hit the bar, and it's just like, all right, you guys get your like 1 or 2 clips, like you're good, like don't get too drunk, or I don't care, whatever. I'm driving, so you guys do whatever you
Driving
want.
and filming, dude. Way to put it all together.
I was curious, are you still doing the wizard wax stuff?
No, that ended.
It's been a while.
It's been like 8 years, but
I just remember at Gypsy Island, I was probably like 15 or 16, seeing the
God.
blocks of wax that you'd make, and
Yeah.
they were like crazy intricate, like so.
I used to
sick.
make them in the Red Building, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
those things were legendary. I
Yeah,
was curious about
there
it.
was in a.
This was a brand that you were kind of taking off?
Yeah. I
If
started
it comes back, I want to ride for Wizard Wax.
Okay, I don't think it's going to. But, I'm a pretty bad businessman, but yeah, I was making
The economy's slow around the mountain right now. We're searching.
I was making wax in the Red Buildings. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask you, do you have any other business ventures in skiing that might be coming up? Or
No, I
Okay.
wish. I'm pretty, and actually, I think on the snowboard
you're pretty
side,
filled up.
Yeah, on the snow, like I think that like I would love to have like a small brand that I'm like very jealous of people that like. I mean, you guys got this going. Like,
Griff's got
We're
heads, you know,
raking
a lot
it
of
in
our-
off this podcast.
no, and I guess it's
I
like
actually had to shut down the podcast side of it because it was costing subscription money and stuff. I'm like, we're just on YouTube now. Sorry.
yeah. No, it was just more of it's just cool to like to be part of something in the scene that like you've been in for so long. So it's like usually if you're my age, like
You got some soul sucking job that you're just looking
Right.
at retirement and trying to put food in your kid's mouth and a roof over their head.
Exactly.
To have a passion project is like pretty special.
yeah. So it's like you guys know like Tree Fort Lifestyles.
Yeah. Shout out Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff and then KP. Jeff
Okay,
is
yeah,
doing
yeah,
Dark
true.
Forest right
Yep.
now, and actually he's really killing it with his leather stuff.
I'm about due for a wallet.
Yeah, well, there you go. Hit
Yeah.
up Jeff. I don't know, like my friend KP, he was doing the Tree Fort stuff. He's now the Armada team manager. He was like working some HVAC job while doing Tree Fort because it's like shit, it's not paying the bills.
Oh,
you have like one
totally.
of these things, and like his
Probably
boss.
a money loss, if anything.
Yeah, and I think he's like talking to his boss, and his boss is like, you know, I make money like doing this stuff, but it's just something special to have like something that you create and you put out, and it's like, yeah, you're not really making much money, and it's definitely can be a drain and hard. But it's like,
that's not what it's about.
Yeah, it's not.
It'd be nice, but that's not what it's
yeah,
about.
exactly. So it's like, like you're part of something that's special, and like whether it's like, you don't want like you were just sick or something and it's 9 a.m. and it's like hard to like get up and get out of bed or something, or drive to work or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, you are doing something special. So I think that's pretty cool. But
I'll say that for I was at camp working there for a little, right around 5 years. I don't think I missed a single day of it. Sick, injured, whatever, like couldn't wait to get there.
Yeah.
It's if there's something like that pulls you to it, like you.
Oh yeah.
You're willing to go through a little bit more than you would be otherwise.
But Wizards wax, man.
Yeah. Well, before I've got a bunch of Q&A questions that maybe we'll rapid fire through.
Did people really DM you guys?
Probably one of the most popular
Really?
responses that we've gotten from people.
Like,
so thank
worried.
you.
I was like,
Thank
oh
you,
my God,
everyone.
I'm wasting these guys' time. They're
No,
like,
dude.
one's gonna,
Thank you.
like-
We're honored to have you in here for sure. But maybe I'll wet the whistle and we'll
Only big
plug out
dogs
our
for
new.
season 2.
We do have a sponsor here on the podcast, Drink Weird, and Casual Fridays on Instagram. Andrew English hooked us up with some bevs. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Drink Weird. If any of you guys want to get it's yerb. So I thought it was what's the other stuff that people are drinking? It's not yerba mate. It's kombucha. I thought it was kombucha at first.
Oh, okay.
But it's it's yerba mate, but it's all organic and it comes from the shred community. Like if you guys go on their website, it just looks like a skate brand. Like they have
They have a 6 skate team.
Yeah, they
Six
just
skate
made
team.
a
They just
Portland
made-
video.
yeah,
awesome.
Lady Meek is on there. Kevin Kowalski, Silas Baxter Neal.
Is it Evan Smith?
Evan Smith.
Pedro
we got
Delfino.
Yeah.
Caden Ramos. It just reads like a list of all the skate homies. So like they're doing good stuff. They're supporting the shred community right off the bat. So here's the pitch that I got for them. It's summertime. You're on the glacier. You just did your morning session. You're feeling like you might want to go take a nap in the sunshine, but you normally I have a yerb in the backpack for that moment. I'm a coffee drinker in the morning, but in the afternoon I want something like a yerb, especially if it's hot outside.
Smart.
So when that moment hits, grab one of these.
This is my first one. It's pretty freaking delicious.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I know Leif
I had
burned
no
through his
idea this
cases.
is- I had no
We might
idea.
have to re-up.
Oh yeah. I was
Wow.
hoping. Another plug.
Pretty good.
Can you talk about Mount Hood Summer Ski Camp and how you're working there now instead of Wendell's?
Wow, Mount Hood Summer Ski Camp. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, Mount Hood Summer Ski Camp. Shout out. One of the best camps to work for on the mountain after working for, other camps. 100% like the most core camp, and the most fun camp to work for. Working there, like, I'm stoked to go back and work there this summer. Like,
How many
where all the
summers
boys
has
are
it
at,
been?
honestly.
this is bad. Last year, I think, was my third summer.
Okay.
I didn't get to coach as much as I wanted to because, this baby or my wife was like super pregnant or whatever. But this year,
baby or whatever.
this year, I can drop the kid off with Gigi, and hopefully I can get a good.
You
2 or
guys
3
got it,
sessions.
Gigi, also?
Yeah, we got a grant. Yeah.
My mom is claiming that her license plate says Gigi.
Gigi?
Yeah.
Really? Already?
Yeah.
Has
Maybe
she-
we'll have to
What does-
head-to-head
what does
battle
that
royale,
mean?
the battle of the Gigis or
It's
something.
a
I don't know.
grandma.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know where that comes from. Like Gigi, I don't know. Does that sound like?
I just think of the anime, like Kiki's Delivery Service. Her cat's Gigi. So like that's what I think of
Yeah.
but anyways.
It's some kind of grandma thing.
That's
but
pretty
anyways,
awesome.
Mount Hood Summer Ski Camp, best ski camp ever. Again, they treat their employees extremely well, how they should be treated when people are taking your children up in vans and driving them around and teaching them things that can seriously injure them, and whatever. Like, you should probably be paying your people more than $2 an hour.
Yeah.
yeah.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah, Andy will be your coach. The kids love you.
I will
There you go.
be your coach.
He brings you a lot of free stuff.
I will hopefully bring free stuff. Yeah.
And it seems like maybe 10 years ago, what have you, before they switched up the way that summer camps operate at Timberline, when it used to be every camp had their own lane, and MHSSC was hike only, right, back in the day.
It was hike
so
only, yes.
they were kind of a little bit like maybe weren't as popular at the time because of that. But now the way they've switched it all up, all the camps are using the same lane, are using the same rope tow access, lift access. So
It's I think it's a pretty big that change. Like the whole High Cascade Wendell's merger thing to me like blew me away when it happened, just because of like working at Wendell's and then like being like, yeah, it was
You
just
got Cheetos over there, Leif? What were we doing? Cough dropping?
I'm just in a
Cough drop. Okay, we got a sick guy. It's like, dude, trade some Cheetos over here. I got some Yerb. I'll trade you.
yeah, it's all interesting how things have changed up there. But Mount Hood Summer Ski Camp Lane was the truth. Like even though it was hike only, they always generally had like the best shaped jump. I loved their rails, and again the vibe was all time. Griffin if you get Griffin on the subject, man, he will go off for like an hour about how Mount Hood Summer Ski Camp should have their own lane and should be hike only.
Oh yeah,
and like,
you can get him to go off about basically
He wants it to be
anything.
pure
That's true.
again.
That's very true. Yeah. So that's like a Griffin dream. Like, yeah, but
Totally,
Maybe Griff can get his own camp going one day up there.
be pretty awesome.
But it seems like he doesn't need to. It seems like MHSSC is pretty tight.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they had the missile first, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
They got the missile from the Mountain Lab, and then now it's out the
I
rope
think
tower.
they're actually separate missiles.
Wait, we got
I think
two
the missile
missiles on
from
the
the
hood?
Mountain Lab is now at Woodward
I think that
Park City.
rumor was debunked.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? That's not the
There's
missile?
two.
So
There's two.
yeah,
Or multiple.
I'm honestly,
What
a
are we
big-
jibbing that
I'm-
we think is that a shit tank off an RV? Like, what are we jibbing
no,
up
it's
It
there?
another.
is. It
It's,
is.
Okay.
it's an identical missile.
Okay.
Jib that was created, I think, by High Cascade or something.
Okay, gotcha.
People love the
Army
missile.
surpluses.
People
There's a
love
lot of
the
it out
missile,
there.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty beat up these days.
Oh, it's
Good-
looking
good
beat
time.
up.
I just felt special. I've got an old DC board that I took up one day and was riding that on the missile, and I was just like, man, this is like.
That's
I don't know, it
awesome.
felt-
No,
it
I
felt
saw
proper.
at Woodward Park City. They were advertising that they had the original missile set up.
Let's flip the script
From
on
the
them.
DC Mountain
We
Lab.
have the original missile. They're just copying. I don't
just
know where
made
they
a
got it from.
refab?
Yeah, I wonder.
Nah.
All right. Andy, let's hit you with some rapid fire listener questions if you're down for it here. We got Uncle Andy chimed in. He said, "What was it like having to save Uncle Andy from the cops while he was high on acid?"
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to his
think he-
episode,
yeah,
he
that was
goes
the
into
story,
it.
right?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
No, well, since he's already told the story, but yeah.
Well, let's
up
hear
at-
from your perspective. 'cause I'm sure his wasn't the clearest,
I don't see how it could have been because he doesn't remember.
or maybe it was super clear.
No, it was not because he did not remember. I like got a knock on my up in the red buildings, like hear a knock on my door like 2 a.m. or something, and like get up and it's like 2 cops and then there's Andy, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, guys? And like, yeah, we found this guy up at Timberline in like the shop, like I don't know, rummaging around, and he said that like he's been living here because I think he was living in a van at the time and he didn't want to tell him that like he was living in a van.
Yeah, they're probably like, take us to your address. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want to deal with you for another 45 minutes. Can we just leave you in Gubby?
That's exactly
This is
what
probably where you
happened.
belong
Yeah, yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, that is where he belonged. Yes, for sure. They're like, can we just leave him with you? Like, is that cool? And I'm like, yeah, thanks, guys. And that was that. And he
What a
went and
guy.
slept on our couch and got up the next morning. I'm like, dude, do you know what happened? Like, cops dropped you off here, man. He's like, huh. He didn't really seem to have that too clear of a recollection from it, but shout out to, that was actually one of the positive cop experiences I've had.
Wow.
Yeah, which, usually it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Andy, dude. That was a fun one.
Here's another one of the questions where I'm like, I hope that maybe this has context to you because I don't see I could paint some context on it, but I'm not sure if it's right. Jake Strassman says, what is a pine cone and where do you put it?
So the dumb tricks that I do, I started calling them pine cones at one point.
Okay.
Because anyone can take a pine cone and stick it up their ass, but like, why would you?
There we go.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to remember that, and I might use that at some point. I don't know. I don't film kids as much as I used to skating, but
That's funny.
yeah.
Why would you do that?
Why
trick?
would you?
Some
Yeah.
of those pine cone tricks are just high sack factor. It seems like.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
still had a kid, no problem. So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't
Mother-in-law-
be scared of these tricks.
Mother-in-law was legitimately concerned.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fair enough.
I'm sure everyone at this table's taking some slams. It's
Oh, goodness.
TBD. Group girlfriend 22 says, do you keep up with Ahmed Dadali?
Yeah, Ahmet Dadali. I grew up with him in Western New York. He skied for Under Armour for a little bit, kind of like a very steezy style skier.
Is that Idolo?
No, Idolo is Henrik and
Harlow,
Yeah,
okay.
Henrik Harlow. Yeah, Matt was before This was like years ago, but
I remember his name.
he was
Under Armour would not be a terrible brand to have
No.
packages from.
No,
Neither would Carhartt. I tag Carhartt all the time, just being like, maybe, maybe, you know.
Carhartt.
I'm
would
usually
be a
wearing
good
their
one.
shit.
But I don't keep up with him anymore. He lives in Indonesia now.
Okay.
Yep.
My mom is going to love this. AKA Griff wants to know, what is your favorite MHSSC memory?
Favorite MHSC memory? I don't know. I think generally you don't remember those favorite memories, but I think that like we had like a rain day one day, and it was just like, yo, we don't have to do anything. And I drove up from Portland, and it's just like, oh, okay, so what are we gonna do? Like, we're gonna go golf. So we went down and played 18 holes. I think it took us 6 hours.
With all the kids and everything?
No, it was just
Oh,
this,
just
it was
the coaches.
Yeah, it was like me,
Awesome.
like, were you there? Did
I don't
you go
think I
golf?
played.
don't
Was
think
it
you were
this
there.
year?
No, it was 2 years,
2 years ago, okay.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
And we just, had some beverages, and we just were like the only ones out there. Like Oscar's dad showed up, Oscar Weary was coach up there, and man, we just had a great time for like 6 hours, just
That's awesome.
hanging out. Mozzie, legitimately, like when you hear about like people dying from like tipping over golf carts, like legitimately, like Mozzie was almost one of those statistics. But
It's taking out some good skaters.
yeah, I blame the drugs. Yeah, that was a really fun one. Yeah.
Kale Klimperman said, what person is the worst to be in the van with? / who's the most annoying person you've had on Telefriend Tour?
Oh, man, I guess like
If you don't want to answer that, you can flip it and say who's your best.
who's the worst?
We want the worst.
That's what the people actually
Pat
want. They want the
Ring
drama.
for a little bit was like
Peering.
on one section of the tour was the worst. He was going through like some shit with like a girl of all of his own making. And I don't know if you guys have like, sometimes you're on a trip like the girl like relationship stuff can really get into your head, and it really just kind of like kills everything. And again, this was of his own making, so it's his own fault. But yeah, he was pretty miserable for a while, and it was just bringing the whole thing down, just like going out like 8-10 times during the night in like the middle of Ohio, like at some like hotel, just smoking spliffs. And every time, dude, like the door would just slam to our hotel room. Like he wouldn't even
Just no fucks.
just like slam it.
Did they
like,
at
"I'm going
least
to get a
use
grilled
that as
cheese."
the superpower it could be and like jump on some heinous shit?
Dude, I was just like,
It was
man.
just beat
Yeah,
down.
if I'm street snowboarding, I don't want to hear about your girl problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it can. There's been a couple. I think that's been the worst times.
Dude, I bummed the kids out when me and Morgan first met. We had a month-long trip to California, and we had just met, and I wanted nothing more than to get back home to like hang out with like my new shiny girl. We'd just fallen in love, kind of a thing. And the kids were over that. They were like, dude,
Yeah,
shut
I don't want to hear
up.
about that.
Yeah, we're like the best skate trip we've ever gone on, and I just don't want to be
They're
there.
like, do you see this 6 block?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So it can go both ways.
So P-ring, worst in the van.
Well,
That's hilarious.
Elusive Jojo wants to know, who's your least favorite person to be on the traveling circus or film with?
JoJo maybe. I'm just kidding.
We need to get JoJo on. We had it planned out, then I fell through.
He's fuming right now.
Yeah.
He's probably fuming right now.
JoJo,
but
we will
when-
get you
when-
on here,
yeah.
and we'll just shut up and give you the microphone and hit record for like 4 hours and let you do your thing.
Oh God, don't do that. But yeah, JoJo had caused some problems on the tour at one point. Yeah. But
I got a positive question. Who's a top Mount Hood skier? Or maybe a top up-and-comer that we don't really know of?
Mount Hood?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly,
Local to this area.
local to this area. It's like I feel like there's
So many imports in the ski program up
maybe you
there.
can say
that-
in, like,
yeah.
here
Up
now,
and
I don't
coming,
know.
or just like
I would say
like
up and
starting
coming.
career, but
I
already
would say up-and-comer,
destroying.
that's like the weird thing about Hood is like obviously during the summer you have a shit ton of people.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
during the winter, like the snowboard scene is like very thriving.
There's a
It's
lot
like,
of up-and-comers
yeah,
here,
it's
right?
like it's very it's like I'm pretty jealous of it actually.
That's why I'm asking you, like, name an unknown skier maybe we don't know about. I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I
Okay,
literally
okay.
don't know
Okay.
anyone that's like wouldn't be like academy adjacent or something like that,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like grew up here. Like obviously, like Oscar grew up here, but it's like skiing doesn't for me like Hood doesn't like have like that same like vibe as like the snowboard scene.
That makes
Maybe
sense.
this will be our soundbite for Instagram. listeners, name who is the up and coming.
At your favorite skier.
At your favorite up and coming hood skier.
Yeah,
we need a shout out.
And I'm also old as shit too,
Yeah.
so it's like I don't. But it's like
not just paying attention to the high school kids. What's wrong with you?
I am not. not that, and there's like not a lot of street to hit around here, so it's
Yeah.
like you can't
Yeah.
like to be my mind like an up and coming like like skier.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Well-
Even not necessarily up and coming, but just
All
going
right,
to be around.
skiers, you
for a
better get
while.
on that.
Yeah.
I would say that Tucker is just going to be around for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he's
doing the damn
Tucker is
thing.
probably like one of the best.
Just the sickest to watch.
Yeah,
It's
and then
absurd.
Tophers and all.
Yeah, but I don't know if those guys are up and
They would.
comers,
They're
right?
not up and
No.
coming.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They're very.
They're
I already
known,
know
they're
about them.
established,
Yeah,
right?
right.
But like 16, 18-year-old kid like.
They're probably in the
Even
academy.
20-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Okay.
Well, Elusive JoJo also wanted to know who is
We're
your
old
SOTY.
heads.
Like for SOTY Skater of the Year, but it also fits Skier of the Year.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
acronym.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I don't
JoJo's a
know.
great skater. So he
Oh,
comes
God.
from that. Yeah.
JoJo's.
Are there any publications that do a skier of the year? Sort of like
I don't know. There's like a bunch of like there's like
A
every
video part of the year kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's just like it's like New Schoolers or
Oh,
Free
yeah,
Skier
yeah, yeah.
magazine or something that's like I don't know like what holds like the clout for snowboarding, like if there is like a snowboarder of the year.
I mean,
and
it
someone-
used to probably be like Trans World.
right.
Now I mean,
Slush or
kind of
Torment,
depends what
maybe.
you're looking at.
Torment
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
Slush.
maybe.
probably the two that people
Yeah.
would be looking at.
Yeah.
So
What was your video project that came out this last year? Again, apologize. I'm
Daycare.
Snowboard focus. Daycare.
Oh.
And then rendition is this year, right?
yeah, rendition.
Is that
was
what
this
it's actually
year.
called? Was Daycare?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's fire.
so-
That
okay.
won
years ago.
movie of the year, didn't it?
Yeah, it
Video
did.
of the year. That
Damn,
was,
I'm sorry.
it
I
was
don't
insane,
just
dude.
know this
No,
offhand.
you-
Great.
you should-
I'm
you
going to
should.
start. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm paying attention now.
That was 2 years ago. That's a Pat Ring and Will Wesson like kind of.
Dude, I love the thing about that one is just no double angles. You don't see a trick. It's like rare to see a trick filmed from two different angles, and you never know what's coming. So the whole video is just like wow, 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 all the way through.
And that's the skate. That's the skate vibe that Pat Ring
Almost like
brings.
Strobeck-ish. Yeah.
which
I
is
can see
pretty
it.
cool. And then there was so Rendition was this year. That was another Pat Ring film, and that was kind of just a line skis team video. And then we did Snitch, which was a Japanese street video, filmed by Jake Strausman, who's our traveling circus filmer.
Okay.
Way different video than Rendition, and it's like that's what's
That one's
cool.
called Snitch.
Snitch.
Did
Yeah.
that just come out this season?
Yep. Yeah, so
never seen
like
that
in
video.
November, but like very different, more of like a classic like ski or snowboard video, honestly, than Rendition, where Rendition was like very skate style, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's like I feel like Leif would fit in there, you getting like some good angles,
Quality
follows and
filmer.
stuff. But
What was the off the leash video?
that was there's a skier, Phil Casabon, that does a video contest every year where people put in street edits and then he gives away $5,000. So
sick.
I was not doing it to win because I'm not.
I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I bring it up because there's that blue ledge with all the like crazy
Yeah.
paintings on it.
Yeah.
That looks like such a fun spot.
Yeah,
Where is that?
that is in that's in New York.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's in New York somewhere, like southern part of New York. I'm spacing on the name, but
It looked like
yeah.
it would actually be fun to go skate as well.
Oh well, yeah. That was the thing where it's like we're looking at it. I'm like, this seems like more of a skate spot, guys. But hey, we're here in New York, so let's hit it.
Yeah,
But
we
yes,
made it look fun. It translates the
Yeah.
footage and like it looked like
I'm
a
sure
good
it is.
time. Yeah.
I'm sure it is a skate spot because it would be a perfect.
Have you hit any spots in Portland?
I have not hit any spots in Portland.
You're always just
no.
traveling when it snows here.
Yeah, it's
a couple
usually
days.
just- yeah, it's
yeah.
like-
Okay.
If it's
like-
snowing here, it's usually definitely going off everywhere else as well.
Right.
Yeah, but I
You got a couple ideas? You got any pins?
there's like a pin, like it's like right on getting onto I-5 North, like going out of Kenton, and there's like it's like at one of the like train or what do you call them, the max stops? Is that what
Okay.
we got a max?
Yeah.
And it's like a nice 6 kink, and it's just right there, and it's perfect. The only thing around it is like a bunch of bums or whatever. So it's like, if we ever get snow,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you
And
guys
you're here.
up.
Yeah.
Wait, so I gotta
I'll go
ask.
build a
'cause
drop.
just-
You're beating me
just
to it.
Just
You're
because you
beating me
brought
to
it
it.
up, I have to ask.
Yeah.
How are we counting kinks? Down, flat,
Oh,
down,
geez,
flat,
dude.
down.
No.
What do you call the
Does
down, flat,
are
down,
skiers
flat?
hung up on this too?
No.
Skiers call it a
Skiers-
quad mostly, right?
Yeah, yes, it's
Okay.
you count the number of kinks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know because I this has come up before, and I was listening to the Griffin one. And that came up, so I don't want to get too in the weeds with it.
Dude, they even just,
technicality
I
with-
saw they just opened it up to like the skate world. They did it on like the 9 Club. They did it with the bomb hole host Chris Grenier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
did.
did
So
see
there's
that.
like now there's like skateboarders kind of pitching in on this too. I
man.
love this debate.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of it here eventually. Task Productions wants to know, how many pairs of socks do you go through for the TAF tour?
I usually will try to bring 3 or 4 pairs of socks. They're usually actually stance socks, just because my feet like those. Yeah.
Sick.
I hear good things.
Shout out to Thomas, by the way. He's doing good work at Timberline.
Being
Keeping
that
parks
you,
fun.
hell yeah. Being that you guys are in the van, are you just like putting them on the fucking heater vent to like
No,
get them crispy for the next one?
no one would allow me to do that.
I bet that thing
No.
has to. I know how a skate van smells at the end of a trip. I can only imagine once it's like all the things getting wet
Ski or
and then dry,
snowboard
wet,
van,
dry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
gnarly.
luckily, usually we're on the tour. It's like 0 degrees out, so it's like you don't
Just
get.
stays nice and
it just
crunchy.
everything just stays nice and crunchy. But I usually keep the
Bacteria
socks
doesn't
on.
grow in the freezer as
Well,
as
no,
easily.
because I've looked. Well, yeah, but I've
Pink
looked that
mold.
up to try to kill the bacteria in my socks before, and it does not get cold enough to actually kill the bacteria in your socks, and then you just have a stinky freezer. Yeah. I've done experimentations.
Oh god. What is kids ski free? Is that tied into Tell a Friend tour?
Ah
Or
man,
is
that's
its own thing?
the one of many Andy's fucking shitty business ventures that
You
just
got
never
you got
really
you got to throw it out the
happens.
wall and see what sticks. You know.
Right.
That one sounded like it was a good premise.
Yeah, I wanted to do this thing like Kids Ski for Free, where it's like trying to go in and like get basically just not a bunch of fucking white people like in skiing, or like not only that but just women. So like very like focusing on trying to look at there's the NBS National Brotherhood of Skiers has something like maybe 50 plus chapters around the United States, and I had briefly been seeding ski gear to one of them in Connecticut. And it's like kind of like the whole premise was like, there's all these groups, and there's like all these like, and for skiing and snowboarding is like say 55% men, 45% women. In free skiing, and snowboarding does a very good job with this, and skateboarding does a very good job with this. Skiing is
Wasn't always like that, but
Wasn't
now
always
it
like
is.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a cultural shift,
absolutely,
which is sick.
Skiing is it's abysmal what they do to like try to like attract like more girl skiers. Like it's just not really there. There's definitely been more efforts and stuff, and those are generally all athlete driven. Taylor,
Taylor's like
Taylor Lindquist.
when I think of pro skier and like maybe just because of like my little perspective and being through camp, but like Taylor's like one of the top names that I think of.
She
in
does a
there.
really good job, and she's but anyways, the idea was to like try to find the segments in skiing and snowboarding that are like underrepresented to try to like get more people from those groups in skiing.
Sick.
And what I've learned very quickly is like you can't there's the NBS club outside of Ski Sundown, Connecticut. I have 8 pairs of skis. I'm going to give you guys these skis. Let's get them to some of the kids to use them. But it's like, okay, like, but then they need to get bindings. Like, damn, all right, true. All right. Then they need to get them mounted. Like, oh, all right, true. Then it's like,
Outerwear.
you can give them something, but it's like, then you need outerwear, and then you need to like have someone like to coach them. So it's like there's like so many steps in the process that it was just like I cannot do this alone. There's like lots of good programs. Charlotte Winter is a really good program. NBS is a really good program. There's a couple female like oriented like ski groups, clubs. Anyways, but it was something I was very much into based on what skateboarding and snowboarding was doing. I was like, why aren't we doing this in skiing? And like one thing that still blows me away is like, I don't know any like there's in skiing, professional skiing, like I don't think there's any like Hispanic, like Mexican, like riders. Like, dude, like America is like such an integrated like
Insert angry comment with the yat.
yeah, right. But it's just like, dude, like Salt Lake City, like you'd think that there would be like a pro skier of like, that's like Mexican or something, you know what I'm saying? Or like a Mexican American like person. Like, why is the like a Latino group or whatever, like what's going on? Like why? And it's like the comment that I'm sure someone would say, not like maybe girls don't want to park ski, or maybe girls don't want to ski. Or what really set me off was someone being on newschoolers.com. This is when I quit New Schoolers, which is like a ski website, something similar to like YoBeat or whatever. But it's just full of a bunch of just like insults and racists. It's just fucking stupid. But it was like, well, maybe black people don't want to ski. And that kind of like set me off, being like, dude, these people aren't giving the opportunities, or like women in action sports. Like, it's seen as like, this is a male dominated thing. This is men do this. Men do action sports. Like, women don't do this. Like, you know? So I think anything that's breaking out of that traditional boundary of like that thought of
creating
like,
a clear pathway of like, yes, you can, and
like,
get in this channel.
Women, you know, they can't do this because their legs aren't strong. Like, well, whatever. Like, you know, it's like, it's stupid and it's antiquated. It's horrible for, like free skiing and snowboarding, because it's like, well, again, snowboarding does a good job, but like, you have this market share of like, why can't a woman like use twin tips and go hit some
You're
bombs?
missing out on all those people.
What? Like,
Exactly.
you have, and not only that, but like, there's something like, it's crazy. Like 80% of the buying decisions in a family are like made by the mom. So women, like that's like an insane amount of stuff, like buying clothes, like going shopping, planning vacations, like taking care of the kids that are like, so
maybe we need to have a regular Hispanic woman skier on our table here.
You're not gonna find it. Like, and
I do want to do more episodes featuring the female riders in Mount Hood. We did the Hood Girls episode, and you know, I DM me the people that we should have on here, because I don't know, for whatever reason, maybe I'm not like paying it as much attention. I'm not scanning social media looking for girls, and hate me for saying that, but I'm less aware of the opportunities to have these guests on than I am, like, you know, the people such as themselves sitting at the table. So we would love to open our door up to more folks like that.
And again, it's like, it's just something where like, I think that there's a lot of cultural in skateboarding. Like, I know that skateboarding put in a good, like over the years has really done a good job with like, you know, skate clinics for girls. Like, dude, that's what, like, I want to get my daughter into skating.
Are you aware of Skate Like a Girl in Portland?
No.
Sick program.
Is it?
Lots of people who have come through the doors of camp run it down there, and it's a nonprofit. It's not just for girls; it's for everybody. But that, you know, it's a great name. It's kind of like punchy, and it's really just beginner oriented sessions. And it's a lot of like sitting down, and like, it's not so much like we're gonna go skate hard the whole time. Like, some of it's sitting down and talking about like the insecurities of walking into a male dominated space, and how you know, and trying to bridge that gap of like, hey, we all feel that way. If we I've been skating for like fucking almost 30 years at this point, and I roll up to a new park and feel nervous and get the palm sweats and have imposter syndrome. Like, we all feel that, and I'm sure it's cubed and squared as if you're battling other things in a space as well. So trying to break those barriers down and making everyone feel comfortable. Shout out Ski Like a Girl. They do great stuff.
I'm actually
check them out.
I'm definitely gonna look that up.
Maybe we need to have Ski Like a Girl.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I would say that like there's
no pressure. You have a lot going on.
No, and that's the thing is like, I can't like, and I used to like sometimes I'll get like on a subject, but like team shoots, sometimes it's like Taylor would hear me just fucking ranting.
Well,
about
it comes from a place of passion. If you don't, if you're just kind of like addressing all the issues and you're not seeing any solutions to them, it's easy to continue to rant about it, because
and she started her own event.
There's
at Brighton. She does like a invitational with a bunch of girls and stuff, and it's just like, it's like, why does it have to like take an athlete to do this when like you have these brands, and it's like, geez, like fucking X Games, man. I don't even want to get started on that shit, but it's like the opportunities that they have missed over the years to just foster like a new just foster the culture of action sports. It's just been so just dropped. And
it looks like it's, I mean, at least from the outside, it seems like those guys have fully tanked, and then now you got like this street league thing that's, at least for street skating, it's insane to see how fast skateboarding has evolved on the women's side of things. Like, just absurd. Like, they're catching up to men real quick, and that obviously the men's stuff's still evolving at a consistent rate that it has been, but just the level of skating and the women's
and the level of women's snowboarding insane right now. There's that crazy triple that went down recently.
Yeah, exactly. Kokomo, she just did
is
back.
Is that a Japanese
16.
girl?
Yeah,
I saw that.
Maybe this is to the point. I can't you can name the person. I can't name the person. I'm bad with names. That's going to be my excuse. But, you know, the fact that we're not even aware of the person that did the celebratory thing.
It's wild.
Yeah. Something to be considered
But you
and
would
addressed.
think that all the people with the money and making the decisions at these big ski companies see how well that does for skateboarding. Like,
No.
you would
You're
think.
wrong. No.
But yeah, it's crazy.
The idea that, like, we'll take Adidas as an example. Like, Adidas snowboarding, it was pretty cool, right? It was like pretty cool.
Yeah,
right?
I think I had like
Wasn't
a
it?
pair of their boots. I didn't really.
Yeah, they
they-
made videos and stuff.
Yeah, they
Sponsored
u-
some good riders.
Yeah, they used to. And
Yeah,
it's like decisions like at these larger companies and like, you know, from Amer Sports to some of the private equity to like whatever, literally, or Adidas or Nike, it like all it takes is someone coming into a position like a president of North America. I don't like snowboarding. We're not going to do Adidas snowboarding anymore. You know, or it's like someone comes in and it's like, you know, we've been doing this thing for a decade. I don't like that thing personally, so we're going to do something different. And that's how decisions at a lot of these companies are made. And it's like kind of crazy. It's like, wow, like we've been doing something for 10 years, or like we have a goal, or like this person should like look at this industry because it's like pretty like, you know, kind of like what we're doing. Like, why don't we try to do that or something? But
So you got to
No.
support the companies that support the riders on the ground level. And I'm a little thirsty. I'm going to take a sip of this drink
please,
weird
dude.
real fast.
Just please. There you go. In there, dude.
Yeah. Well, we could sit here and beat that to death for hours, and we probably should. But let's
keep on going,
keep it
man.
going.
Yeah, tell us which girls we should get on the podcast.
I want to get Cece on here.
Yeah.
You know, Friday rider Cece. She's one of the best riders on Mount Hood.
Yeah, she
I know
kills
she's
it.
really soft spoken and maybe like doesn't want. I haven't asked directly, so Cece, if you want to come on, we got you. Also, I don't know. There's a bunch of people that we could get on. But let's wrap up the questions that we got for you here, Andy. We mentioned that you're a new father. Congratulations to
right,
you and the
yep,
missus.
yep.
What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Tatum.
Tatum.
Yep.
Great name. What's it like being a father, and what's your advice to the folks out there who are maybe looking at taking on that chapter?
Is
in their
it
life
harder
and-
than the pine cones?
Well, I mean, getting the pine cone in is the easy part. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what way you put it in. It's
What's been the positives? What's been the negatives? And how has it changed for you guys so far?
Sleep is a negative. Things are looking better right now, but I think that like, yeah, being a parent, like people will say, you know, X, Y, and Z, and it's harder than that. You know, it's like, yeah, it's harder than you think it is. Like obviously each baby is different, but I think that like you just expect the unexpected and don't expect a routine until probably like 5 months. That's when we're starting our sleep routine right now. Now we sleep through the night, but it's extremely difficult. And I see people with 2, 3, 4 kids, and I'm like, what? Like how did you? Why? Like what? That's so crazy. So this will be my first winter traveling with the kid, and it was like wife goes back to work on January 15th, so we had to go find a nanny share. So when I'm gone, we're gonna import the mother-in-laws and then also work with the nanny share. So other than that, I will be the stay-at-home.
Takes a village, right?
Takes a village,
say.
and you know, our family and stuff, like they're not exactly like right down the road or whatever. But I think that it's like, you know, I was hanging out with a friend in Portland. He's got some kids or whatever, and he was just like, you know, pretty like it's, you know, good to have some meat. Like this is real meaning. Like you can't just go around like skiing, smoking spliffs like your whole life. And I'm like, yeah, no, I guess you're right. But yeah, it's challenging. It's difficult, and we had a
Maybe that meeting's gonna
healthy-
come when you guys are out there and you're doing you're learning how to snowboard together. That's gonna be pretty special. To
Yeah,
see.
I think that is like what I'm more stoked for. I think that like biologically, like my brain, like, you know, when you hear crying and stuff, like anyone as a dad or a mother or whatever, like it actually does shit to your brain. Like it's like it makes you hotter. It like makes you like the inability to think clearly. So if you're trying to like do something while a baby's screaming, it's like
Everything in your genes is telling you need to go and address that.
100%. And it's like
That's
it's a very
pretty rad.
biological thing. And also, I mean, shout out to my wife for actually carrying it for 9 months and then giving birth. But I did take it out. I did with my bare hands.
That's
they give you
awesome.
the
Did you guys do a home birth or did you guys
No,
go?
we were in the hospital. Yeah,
That's
for
wild.
sure.
That's probably the most metal thing I think I've ever heard at this table.
Well, I mean, technically, it was like she was the one birthing it. But I was like, "You want to take it out?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "You want gloves?" No. Damn, I don't want gloves.
Yeah.
That's
and
pretty
the
rad.
umbilical cord, like, by the way, it's not like you just cut it with like a pair of like, whatever scissors. Like, dude, it's like, you're like, shh. You're using those scissors that like cut pennies and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Those
like
ones.
the big, thick shear
Like
things. Yeah.
they're not huge, but like they can cut through a penny, like infomercial shit, and yeah, you kind of got to like shear through the umbilical cord.
I think my dad told me he cut both my brothers, but I came out with like tied around my neck or something. So he was like, "You guys got this one." I figured it out. At least somewhat.
Does that explain some kinks
I
in
don't know,
Connor's
man.
life?
Who knows?
Is that why you're counting downs or what?
Who knows?
Damn. Well, respect to you on multiple fronts there, dude. That's fucking heavy. But good. Congratulations. Maybe we'll, on a lighter note, do you believe in silent rock? Do you participate? If so, why or why
Nope,
not?
I don't. I don't do it.
Not a
And
silent
this
rock.
is like, we had been running silent rock since 2008 when I first got here and was driving up for the first episode of Traveling Circus, honoring silent rock. No, and then some people would do bump rock, where it'd be the opposite. Like, you'd be in the car with some people and they actually
Bumping the
turn it
radio.
up. But what I do,
I haven't experienced that. I like that.
the bump rock. What I do like though is like if you're like driving kids down from the mountain, be like, all right, kids, like everyone, you got to be silent. This is silent rock. And I'd be like, why is it silent rock? And it's like, because Tim Wendell did a gap over it. With
Fuck yeah! I'm glad
with
that
the mute grab.
more people are saying that. That's one of my favorite reasons
Yeah.
I've heard.
mute-
With the
mute
mute grab,
grab.
they
Yeah.
specifically
That's
named the
a-
grab.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is like now.
Oh, the mute.
Quiet,
So
yeah.
then,
Yeah, which because
I
quiet,
hadn't heard
right?
that.
You know what's
Yeah.
interesting?
It should
is
be
that
a weddle.
Now it's
Right?
the weddle,
The weddle
because
grab,
yeah. Very true.
You guys know.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
What is it?
The guy
Weddle.
that invented the mute grab, it was Chris Weddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was deaf.
Yeah.
But he
Oh.
wasn't technically mute.
Oh,
So then
okay.
that's why it's like slowly changing.
They changing it.
It's the Weddle. Even
Yeah.
in skiing, they.
Tony Hawk did it in his
Damn.
movie.
Yeah.
Get it. Well, that's kind of all the questions that we had from the listeners and ourselves, and thank you for coming in and sharing. And I'm still just the umbilical thing fucking sent me for a holy shit.
Oh, it's-
you're
it's-
gnarly, dude. I think I'm gnarly out there going and like hunting and being like, yeah, I'm gonna clean an animal. No, that is a different level of like human gnarliness.
Yeah. It's. Yeah.
You're rad. Well, let's skip over to our hood news segment. Normally we rifle through some of the happenings that have been going on here around camp or around town, excuse me. And it's been pretty light. It hasn't snowed. No snow.
That's the news,
There's
folks.
not a lot of hood
No
news.
snow.
Yeah, it's actually actively flooding right now. The popular thing on Mount Hood has been leaving Mount Hood. It seems like everyone's taking trips elsewhere right
Griff's
now.
gone. He's out getting clips right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know George is in Colorado. It seems like a lot of people are going elsewhere. But we're making the most of it. There are some happenings that are going down. Let me see if that was before we blow through that. Yeah, the only thing I have even on the Hood News segment is that there were more videos that dropped this fall than I could possibly mention. But I wanted to ask if there's any standout videos that dropped that we should run through. Maybe
Like-
on the ski side, any good premieres that are notable?
I generally, and I'm gonna probably get some hate for this one, but I generally don't watch too many ski or snowboard videos until I'm on tour, because it's like hanging out in like my basement, like with my kid. Well, actually, I can't even watch things in front of my kid because we're trying to do the no screens. But it's
good
just
luck.
like, yeah, I know, right, man. But
I back it, but good luck.
I like to wait until like I'm on tour or with a bunch of other skiers or snowboarders, like.
Then you'll binge watch.
And then we binge watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
because then you can actually get excited to go and do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
right now, it feels a little like almost depressing. Go and watch all like the premiere videos that have come out, and I'm like, I'm all fired up to go and walk around in the mud.
Is there, so on the snowboard side, is there one specific, like obviously like I like no dust box, like
That was a good one.
yeah, that was a good one.
I would say Atlas 2
Yeah.
is the one of the year.
Okay,
Atlas 2.
Atlas 2, if you're talking streets and rails, and then
Yeah.
I would say like if you're airtime backcountry guy, probably When Doves Cry, the new Bodie mural.
I haven't
film.
seen that one.
That one's incredible, and then obviously the Sage Kotzenberg stuff. If you're
Is
into
always-
it.
yeah.
yeah, just going hard.
I like the Sinister video.
Yeah,
from
that
this
was
year.
good.
Sinister
That
one
was
was
good.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Buster 2.
yeah,
That was good.
Yeah, great.
Atlas 2 though, Forrest Bailey's clips make you just give
And-
up on street snowboarding.
I wish
he
that-
gets all the best clips.
I wish it was a
Glaze
different.
Force Bailey.
I wish that the way that premiere season happened like was different, because it's so many videos come out in like a 2 or 3 week gap, and you can't even keep up on it. It's like hundreds of videos drop, and it's just like it loses its novelty because it's oversaturated amongst everyone else's videos. And like honestly, I couldn't even name the ones that came out. There's so many of them. They'd be so sick if it was just like sprinkled throughout the season. Obviously, that doesn't help brands sell their stuff for Christmas time, which I think is the ultimate goal behind a lot of it.
And if
but,
you sprinkle it throughout the year, you're gonna get those dudes that do like in the skate videos, the dude that does all the violations and hand touches.
Yeah.
You know, it just opens up like if they're consistently coming out every 2 weeks, you're gonna have that negative.
The high
side.
standard.
The critics are gonna come out. You know,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
gonna be another hate line or something like that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, are there any good haters
Oh,
in
Wrecking
skiing?
Ball. You're talking about Wrecking Ball?
Wrecking Ball?
That,
Similar. Yeah.
okay.
Similar.
Are there any good haters in skiing?
Yeah, I'm a huge fucking hater.
But publicly?
No,
Not publicly.
honestly, publicly there's not, and there should be.
Okay.
Oddly enough, Pat Ring, man, he keeps on coming up, dude.
All right.
Pat Ring did have like a ski police Instagram
Oh,
for
cool.
like a pretty like I don't know for maybe like a month, but people really started to get like pretty like pissed about it.
Yeah.
and like he
Yeah.
took it down because someone found out it was him.
Being a hater is hard.
Should JoJo do one?
No. JoJo should do one.
JoJo,
He has nothing to lose.
JoJo.
I hit a.
We
I
gotta
hit
get
a-
JoJo on.
I hit a spot that P-Ring was hitting one time, and he went on. I like listened to this podcast. He went on, and he was kind of bagging on me about hitting
What did he
this
say?
spot. It was just we were in Milwaukee on a classic Milwaukee street trip, and there's like I don't know the 4 like go-to spots around there.
Yeah.
And everyone we would go to, there's a lip up or
Yeah.
like someone's hitting something. So we go to this one. We have a photographer coming in, and it's like a wooden quad kink, whatever you want to call it, down, flat,
Thank
down,
you.
flat, down. And
The one with like the landing straight into a tree, pretty much.
no, it's
No.
under a bridge. It's wide open landing.
I know what
wide
really you're
open.
talking. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like for a wood kink, it's like super safe, honestly. But it was just completely set up, and I was like, dude, like if every other spot's got a lip, whatever, I'm just gonna hit this one. So we there's like a drop-in pile that you put the drop-in ramp on. We didn't have a drop-in ramp. So I took his back leg pile for the drop-in ramp, you know, it works like a ladder, and put it to the front, and I just dropped in off of Sam Klein's like uncle's truck, I think it was we were just borrowing, or maybe it was his dad's truck, but I just like dropped it off the tailgate and hit it. But I think I caught edge on it twice, so there's like 2 pretty decent like, you know, spots where you can see that you're dug in. But then I was still sliding right over him and stuff. And, yeah, I don't know.
Did he say that you messed the rail up because of the gouge, or was he just mad that you hit his
I mean,
lip?
I shouldn't even brought it up. If you want to listen to it, you can listen to it.
I'm just-
podcast.
if
But
fucked the spot up.
the whole thing is, I think he was just blowing it out
You
of
gotta
proportion.
police
kinda.
your own lips if you're gonna be upset
Or just
about.
get your trick in one day, dude.
Yeah.
You know, come
Well,
on.
see, that's the problem because I know what rail you're talking about, and both of us have been to the same rail with P-Ring before. So he went back 3 or 4 times to hit that to
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to do a 3 swap on it. And the first time we were there, and like it was like so damn cold, dude, and none of us had any beer or anything, so we're just like hanging out for like
Under
3 or
this
4
bridge.
under this bridge, and I'm like, yo, what am I doing? And I think he went back 4 times, so that's funny that you bring that up because
I like
yeah.
that we have a podcast going where we're talking about the beef on it. We feel that makes me feel official. You know, with some quality tea right
Yeah.
there. Speaking of quality tea,
No, but I love P-Ring, and that shot, him and Havy did work. That shot was gas. The 3 swap was super sick.
Sinister.
It was incredible.
Havy is sinister, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
that film was amazing.
The most recent one?
Yeah, the most recent
Yeah, it was
one.
awesome.
Sam Klein stuff in it, so freaking good.
I don't think
Anderson.
Sam.
Or
yeah,
Sam Anderson.
Sam
Excuse-
Anderson,
See,
not
I'm
Klein.
saying I hit this
Yeah.
head a lot.
Bobby, what's his last name?
Bobby Stitt.
yeah,
and
he
then
had sick clips.
Gibby.
Gibby, yeah.
And then obviously Colton had some clips in there too.
Yep. Shout out Colton.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's like the pinnacle riding we're gonna see from that crew, or do you think they got more in the tank still?
I think it depends.
It seems like
It
they're on
just
the
depends
up.
on the crew. I think Havy and Sanderson will stay sticking together, and then I don't know. They'll probably have the same Never Summer kids like Bobby and Gibby will stay on there. So we'll see how it goes.
Sick. Love
I like
watching
that.
out
I
for
like
this.
that uppercut video too. Do you guys see that one? It was called Side Piece. I
Is
think
that this year?
it,
Is
had-
that
it just came out,
Okay.
but it was Kyle Murray and
gonna have to watch
yeah,
it?
it was another good video.
I didn't see it yet. No, their last year's one
Che,
was really
Che
good.
was
though.
in it, if you know him.
Che has clips in
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
Oh, really?
Che's awesome.
Shout
yeah.
out. Yeah.
he had a bunch of clips in it. So
Sweet.
Another homie. Well, sweet. There are some upcoming events to look forward to. One day it will start snowing. So we have that to look forward to. It will snow at some point this year, so hang in there, guys. But in the meantime, Hood Girls is going to be presenting a night of women's films, and that's up at Goodwin's here in Welch's. That's going to be December 16th from 6 to 8 p.m., so make sure to go in there and support the local lady riders and, get some hype built up. And then I think it's the next night, Wednesday, December 17th, there's going to be the Govey Shred Govey Shred movie night. That's going to be at the
I
Wrap.
saw that.
Yeah, and that's going to be pretty cool. I know that Pinky's got the midlife crisis video going up there.
Sweet.
I think it's going to be kind of just like an open format. If you guys want to submit a video to be up on the screen.
Are you going to submit a
probably not too
video?
late to do that. What do I got?
Okay.
Maybe I'll throw in the old... we made that. I was saying before we started doing this, I'm pretty proud of the skate video that I made with the kids back in the day.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is, 2 or 3 years ago.
The
But
fractal skate, man.
yeah, well, we spent a whole year traveling around filming this video. We went to Seattle, Florida, New York, like all over the place, Arizona, and it's like one of the things I'm the most proud of. And then right when we were getting ready to premiere it, COVID happened. So it was just like this build up, fizzle that never went down. So
Yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
cool to actually see it like a premiere.
Andy, do you got any footage on the back burner, or is it all out?
Everything's out.
Okay, so you got to film new clips.
So how do you feel about? I was just curious. How do you feel about West Coast Sessions making a comeback to
Right.
this
Oh.
spring?
So
'Cause
actually,
that's pretty
I
big
didn't know
news.
about that. How
Yeah.
did you hear
That's
about
like
that?
a whole
Yeah, how
decade.
did you hear about
height
that?
because I work there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
Oh,
I'm going to be
Logan.
setting up the rails.
Oh yeah, you.
But I'm curious.
Sick.
I'm curious.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Because they were debating. I think they were saying someone that's running the event wants to see some of the old similar features they did back in the day. But I know a lot of those rails are destroyed. So I'm just curious. What do you think about how it's going to go? And
I'm stoked for it. I think that having a ski event like that back here, I think is pretty cool. It was always fun for me back in the day. Ethan Stone is kind of taking. I was just hanging out with him at some hopscotch light show thing for our kids or whatever.
Oh,
He was
cool.
in town, so I might be working with him a little bit, doing some stuff. But I think it's cool to have a ski event here. It's man, snowboarders and skateboarders do such a good job with their events. I wish that skiing really there's obviously some skiing events that are doing a good job, but having more of them I think is sweet, and having one back at Hood I think is awesome, because I don't know, is there any ski events that they have at Hood that are
I mean, I think it's
Not that I'm
been
aware of.
10 years since the last
one? Yeah.
But I remember when they had
And
the
they
West
did
Coast
it for
sessions.
10
I remember
years
just
straight,
being on the
yeah.
lift and looking over and seeing the skyscraper of a jump. And it's being like,
Oh, yeah.
holy
They used to make
shit, people are
pretty big
hitting
jumps.
that?
Yeah.
And then all my buddies would be like, I'm going to go hit it. I'm like, please don't. I don't want to have to go over there and not hit this thing. I'm having a good time over here. Can we just go hit the rail? So
I was going to
that'll
ask
be
you, are
crazy
there
if they
any
do that.
West Coast stops for Tell a Friend tour, or would
Nope.
you do anything in Oregon, or how come you don't?
Someone asked if you're going to have a Michigan stop.
No Michigan this year.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We usually would do Pine Knob. Shout out to Matt for making the best park in the world. No offense.
But there's nothing in Oregon,
No.
and how come?
West Coast is a little bit harder to do. The distances are further, so it's we usually like to do we do day after day after day after day. So we got
Yeah.
9 stops in
Got
a
to
row.
be pretty close together.
And you have to have night skiing. So it's obviously there is some night skiing up here, but I'd like to do something either at Timberline or Ski Bowl. But honestly, I get scared doing a new stop somewhere, or are kids gonna show up? Are there gonna be? Is there gonna be anyone there? Is this gonna be a total washout, where it's I feel like a loser or something after it? So it's those kind of things kind of scare me.
Does
And,
that happen ever?
very rarely?
Right? Seems
no.
like people come out to the events.
I think the least amount of people we've had was probably 25, and honestly that was
That's probably that's probably the right amount if it's a rope.
yeah, well, this would never have ropes are always, we have around 50 kids,
Okay.
pretty much whatever rope we go to. But I think there's a ski resort, Canaan Valley in West Virginia, which is in the middle of nowhere. We probably only had 25 kids. And then Woodward, Park City, we generally don't have a huge. You'd think there'd be more people.
Just so saturated with stuff going on, and everyone out there is so up their own asses trying to make their reputation and whatever.
The
that-
Salt Lake City thing is
Yeah.
it's a scene, but yeah. So I think the lack of night skiing. It's we used to do some up at Grouse, but that hasn't happened for a couple years. And honestly, going over the Canadian border with a bunch of gear is sucks.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been caught a couple times, like that. But a ski bowl one, I
I
think.
feel like Ski Bowl or Mission Ridge or even Willamette Pass,
Yep.
something.
We've done
along-
Mission Ridge, we've done
Okay, you have
White
done one there.
Pass and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, you
just
mentioned that.
yeah, and it's like, man, once I get the tour over with, like we still have like our traveling circus obligations. Like we have 3 episodes. Like last year, I did film for 2 different street like edit things, and then 3 traveling circuses, and then 15 Telefriend tour stops, and I went to like another event in Tahoe. So it's like I just kind of run out of time, but
Busy guy.
Sure.
yeah,
Busy guy.
yeah,
Only so much winter, and even less this year.
yeah,
possibly.
but I would love to obviously like go back to Mission, or honestly
Bowl.
just have one
Yeah.
at Ski Bowl where I just like show up, and like I guess the event insurance for each thing is like maybe like $160. I gotta talk to my insurance guy today, but yeah, maybe I'll do one at Ski Bowl. But like Timberline, it's like I'd love to do one maybe during the spring or something, or honestly like do like a West Coast Sessions, like something with West Coast Sessions where
Exactly.
one day is like a Telefriend tour day and we ski and whatever.
I'll tack
cool.
some other stuff on the upcoming events docket here. This one's a little bit farther out, but the last guest that we had on, Eric Leon,
Yep.
his event, the Coronation Rail
Yep.
Jam, they just announced their stops for the year, and they're going to have one at Timberline again. I think it's in March.
I think it's April.
March or April?
4th or
Okay.
5th. It's the
I
first
shared it,
Saturday
whatever
of
it was.
April. I looked it up.
Yeah, that's coming up. And then there's also a big announcement that the Border, which is a skateboard company. What's the right word? It's the
Not the wall between the countries.
what's that?
Not the wall between the countries.
Yeah, not the Border, but the company, the Border. They put on all the skate events that the Tampa Am, the Dam Ams, all that. It's kind of like the official youth and Am contest series. They announced a stop here at Sandy this summer.
Oh, damn.
So we're gonna have a huge contest this summer. Hopefully it's huge, but it's huge in my eyes
It'll
because
probably
it's like
be
an
huge.
official thing that's getting
which is a
stamped
big
in,
new
so-
skate park. People will come out from
Yeah,
all over.
pretty
Oregon.
excited for that. But that's kind of the upcoming events we got for right now. One last thing we got is our scum of the week for the episode. Do you guys got anyone that you wanted to maybe toss in there? I got somebody if there's none that are burning on your side. I think
Let's
that
hear
we
your
should.
nomination.
I think we should give it to Chase. I think Chase deserves scum of the week. What's Chase's last name? Does
Chase
anyone know?
Adams.
Chase Adams. He's our homie from the Sandy skate park. We think of him as being like the kid at the skate park. He's like 18, 19. But he just supports what we think skateboarding should be. He's out there. He's treating the coping. He's grinding every day with Connor. He skates more than any of us.
He got
And
good this summer.
He's getting really good.
The kid's a
He's-
problem.
Yeah, he's
What
traveling around.
what does he win?
So, Chase, we'll give you some your pick of some merch. We maybe got
Sweet.
some Hood Report T-shirts, beanie, some
He'll be
fanny
hyped.
packs. So
And I'll buy you a drink of your choice at 7-Eleven.
there we go. We'll hit him with it. Hey, Chase, congratulations.
Congratulations, you are the scum of the week.
Hell yeah, Chase. Love skating with you, dude. Way to pick the torch up and carry it. So that's kind of the episode for this week or month or whenever we get back together and do another one of these. But we'll say some thank yous. Andy, you got some thank yous you want to shout out or?
Thank you to my wife for letting me do all the things I do and supporting me because she has a real job. And yeah,
That's epic.
so shout out to Brooke, my wife.
Hell yeah. Well, congratulations. Thank you again for coming in. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Leif. Shout outs to Drink Weird, keeping us caffeinated, Friday Snowboards, Chutch, DGS, Hood Girls, Mount Hood Mobile, shameless self-plug. It's our slow season. If you guys need brakes or you need other mechanic work done, hit me up at Mount Hood Mobile. We're doing a discount right now, 25% off labor through the new year. Get at me. But thank you guys. Thank you everyone that's listening. Winter will arrive. Keep your chin up. Get outside. Go exercise. Create some positive endorphins for yourself. Much love from the Hood Report.
Another Hood certified classic.
Yeah.